monogamy
It's just not for everybody.
Not even that. It exists, but it's not a definite thing. Even polygamy, right?
Well, you just never know how it's gonna turn out, but that's
Right.
the beauty of it. Like I love you. I invest in this so much. I don't care how this turns out. I just wanna see where it goes.
Now people be like, "Now this my forever. This gonna work," and it don't. That's literally what happens.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Think Responsibly. My name is Cordelia, and I'm here with my friends. And today we're going to talk about monogamy, okay? And I have specific guests for this topic for a reason, okay? And I'll just go ahead and let them introduce themselves. We'll start with Kalea.
My name is Kalea. I am the bestie.
That's my best friend.
What's good, y'all? I'm Gabe. Also a bestie since high school.
Facts.
Yeah, been rocking together for a long time.
Facts.
Oh, hey, my name is Etherio Noon. We go back, like 4 years.
We go back, okay? Where we meet at? We met at Young Chicago.
YCA, yeah. We
Young
met at
Chicago
YCA.
Authors. When I wanted to be a poet.
Yeah.
I was like on my poet stuff. And I was a writer and doing music. Tom know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this topic first of all, this is the first episode. And thank y'all for coming because I'm excited about this new venture of mine. I always wanted to do it. And it's funny because when I was looking for a studio to shoot it, I couldn't find the right one, right? And then I just happened to search like podcast studio, Chicago, and I'm going through and I'm like, this exact one popped up, right? And I'm just like, okay, it look decent. It look all, professional and stuff. So I sent in the email and it's Tom. Like I knew him from way back when I used to, like I said, try to be a rapper. So yeah, shout out to him, cool ass dude. Thank you for letting us come through. So we're gonna get right into this topic, okay? So here we're just gonna basically dive into different topics because we are coming of age adults, right? We learning new stuff about life, dating, career, growth, trauma, all that kind of stuff, right? So I feel like when you talk about it with your friends, you kind of help each other go through it, You learn from each other's experiences and all of that kind of stuff. So today's topic is monogamy. Okay, and it's funny because you have we got variety here. You feel me? So we have my best friend who is in a relationship. How long y'all been together?
A little over 2 years. I would probably say 2.5 years.
2.5 years. But y'all been friends a long time before that, right?
Friends like 6 years or something like that.
That's good. You start with a friendship, it always ends up well. Then we have Gabe, who is married.
Yes.
Right, with 2 beautiful boys.
Yes, sir.
And then we got Etherio. This side is single. This side of the table here is single. Okay.
Yeah, married people over there.
Okay. So we'll start on the topic about monogamy. We'll start on the traditional stuff, right? As a woman, at least, we're taught get married, have kids, and all that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So is that kind of your path, what you're following, right now?
Well, I do want kids, and I would prefer to be married
first before you had the kids. Okay. Yeah.
I'm up in the air about that because I want the kids first and foremost.
Oh, okay. So marriage is not really a priority. It's you want your kids for sure.
For sure.
Okay.
But it's I would still like to be married. So I'm trying to wait. I'm hoping, I'm praying, God, that I can get married first and then have kids.
Okay. And then Gabe, how long have you been married?
I've been married 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, I've been married a while, y'all.
That's unheard of in our generation right now.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it's cool though. It's nice.
It's nice, yeah.
I will admit, I don't think that people go into marriage thinking what marriage should be. Okay. Like you said, a traditional role. I don't even know what that is. Everybody thinks marriage is based on a tradition, but I don't wear a wedding ring. Nobody, I haven't worn a wedding ring for a long time. I don't wear jewelry, period. So that's not my tradition to wear a wedding ring. Right. Nobody knows where it came from. If you Google, where the tradition of a wedding ring came from, not going to find anything. Mm-hmm. So when people start to base their own viewpoints on something like marriage, I think it gets very disorganized, to say the least.
Yeah. So it's like you and your partner kind of have to agree on something, not
Most
based
definitely.
on what everybody else think.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, what would you say are like the pros of marriage? Like,
Definitely companionship.
okay,
One, I've been sick for a little while. Just having my wife by my side has been big with the kids.
shout out Shayna.
Yeah, shout out to Bay. Most definitely.
Yeah.
But just having the companionship, going through stuff together, not ever feeling alone, that's really big. But also just somebody knowing you in and out, like you're not looking like yourself today, what's up? Like just having that person behind your side. It's all about compatibility and also about companionship. That's what I think about most.
Okay.
And then some people look at it financially. I'm not a big, I believe that if you do what you love and you do it right, that, you'll be looked out for. And it's worked for me.
It'll work for you. It'll work out. Right?
Yeah, it'll work out. It's worked for me so far, so I'll take that. So.
Okay. And what about the boys? Do you feel like y'all having kids like brought y'all to like a little closer at all?
Not really. We were married before we had the kids, so
Facts,
I mean
right.
a little bit, but I would say the kids, just watching her have the kids, definitely, that was an experience. But
How was that?
it was crazy. Hey, cause yeah, my kids they were two different births. My first child was a C-section, so watching that was like, whoa, I seen more of you
That's
than you done
correct.
seen of you, Shayna. Like that's crazy.
Right.
So it's like, that brought us a little closer. But like actually having the kids, I think it's more so because we're so concentrated on them. I don't know.
Okay.
And especially because they're two individual boys, you gotta cater to their needs. So
Facts.
yeah.
So what do you think like the pros are of marriage?
I
or
do agree
relationship?
with that companionship because sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to run my mouth. I need somebody to run my mouth too. Like I want to spill the tea, but I need some.
Right.
But you can trust that it will stay between y'all.
Exactly.
I love that. The friendship about it, we still laugh and play. I like playing video games, so we play games together. I just whipped in the Apex, y'all. Yeah.
That's dope.
Nah, I say that.
All right. Boo. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Sorry.
So, okay, let's look at the flip side.
The cons, huh?
I don't think it's a con. But see,
I thought this way you was going.
we gotta bring them over here. We gotta convince them
Yeah.
it's not that they point's not that
I
bad. No, it's
have
cool.
a neutral viewpoint. I understand both sides, but I'm definitely not rushing
Yeah,
to get on one. I'm cool where I'm at.
I feel that.
So we'll start with Etherio. 'Cause we had a conversation on the phone for like an hour about this. So I'm excited for him to get on here and
Yeah, I would
because
love
he
to
has
hear
good
this.
points. He does have good points. So go ahead. Why isn't that the option for you?
Because I don't think traditionally. I don't have the mindset of living on a program based. I feel like everything that we do in this society is based on a schedule, a program. And when that don't work out, we tend to feel like our life didn't go as good as it would want to be. That's because we setting these expectations that's based on this American dream that we was given from birth, right? So, and I think it's all tied to ego. We based on whether we good or worse, happy or sad based on ego. Because it's just like, when you look at your life and you say, okay, I need this or I need that, it's like, where is that stemming from? And I feel like a lot of us, we base our decisions, again, based on what we was taught, the options that we were given, not opposed to the options that we have in entirety. So if I give you 5 things to choose from, yes, you have 5 options, but is them all your options? So it's just like this society gives us the options that we think that we need for our lives. And we don't look outside of that bubble, which keeps us locked in this taught system of responses. So it's like, okay, when you ask people why do they want something, do they really know why? And like, where is that desire stemming from? So a lot of us, you have people like, okay, I want to get married. Like, why? Like, what's the purpose? Like, a lot of us just want things without purpose, and we really don't know why we want them. So if you don't know why you want something, then why do you want it? And when you want it, it's like, what is that stemming from? So for me, it's just I'm not in a rush. I'm patient. Like, I feel like you need to keep your options open. We don't know what we want. I don't care how old you get until you really figure out who you are, until you soul search and find the gems that you need to, because like, I'm not in the business of jumping relationship to relationship, study going through the same exact problems from the last one. So what we do is a repeated cycle. So we're living in this time bubble that continue to time loop. So I'm cool on that.
What would you say to people who say that that's just an excuse to kind of?
If it was an excuse, then everybody wouldn't break up the same way. So it's just like you got all these relationships that exist, but all of them end the same. So if the mind is the base to all things, right, we are our mindsets. So a person is only as good as the knowledge that they obtain. So if you got all these different people with different mindsets, but yet the same outcomes, then that means that we're doing the same thing the same way, but expecting a different outcome, and it isn't. So it's just like, that's why I tell people, like, what's a different outcome that you experience that's different than anybody else's? You cannot tell me that. So that means that in order to have a new outcome, you have to have a change in mindset. So we go through the same problems. Like, every relationship goes through the same problems. Literally.
Yeah, they go through the same problems, but it's just one of those things. Like, if it sticks, if it's meant to work out, if like just like chasing a dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you give up on that, then it'll stop, right? You're not gonna achieve anything. But the only thing with that is, like, you're in control of that for the most part. When you're in a relationship, it has to depend on these two people not giving up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's when it falls short, when one person is kind of, falling off, not really doing what it takes, I guess you can say. But, like, we see it happening, like,
Yeah, but see, just because a couple is together for years doesn't mean it's a success. So now we are basing your success on longevity as opposed to production. So you have these expectations that people give each other, right? And so the problems in relationships, there are so many problems, right? Because there's so many problems in human beings.
Like
and the
what?
reason why, like, for one, discipline, patience, you know what I'm saying, mindset, intelligence. The mind is the foundation, right? You have people who create relationships based off emotions, right? Emotions are unstable. Emotions are inconsistent. So now you are dictated by those emotions, which is why relationships come and go as long as them emotions have your mindset. So if I get with somebody based on because I like them, that's no purpose in that. Because if I can like you, I can dislike you. So which means that...
I'm sorry. So what would make you choose to get in a relationship?
Purpose. For me, it's purpose. We have to have a foundation of what we doing this for, not for. So we're taught to be selfish, right? A lot of these relationships is conditional love because you're basing them on conditions. Like, you have to be this, and this, and this, and this for me to even like you. So how's it that you can fall in love with somebody that you wasn't already in love with? So the point is that if unconditional love is divine, all inclusive, then that means there's never a time that love isn't present. So if you have to grow to love somebody, then you're basing that on a condition, which means that now I'm giving you more access to me just based off a gradually emotional attachment, which isn't based on any purpose. It's just personal, emotional infatuation. So this is why a lot of relationships tend to go the way that they does, because the foundation of anything crumbles if it's not based on a good purpose.
Right. So what would be a good purpose?
That's okay. So for me, we all black here, right? We all black.
Looks like it.
No, I'm just saying. So my purpose would be if I look at the condition of black people in the world, right? We understand the history of our blood lineage in America. So I have to look at, what we need to strive for, what we need to do to get there, and how can we do it? We already know that the black man and the black woman, unity-wise, is dope, right? So of course we want to strive for unity. But see, monogamy or polygamy, whatever it is, that doesn't always necessarily equal unity, because you have to be on the same accord mentally. Mm-hmm. Physical unity is only physical. That fades away. If you're not don't have a mental connection, then you don't have any connection. So we have to think alike to move as one. right? The reason why is like, okay, you got two people that don't know each other that can literally have the same mental attributes, not because they know each other or have physical interaction, but because they think the same. So until we can think the same is when we can have true unity. So my purpose is striving to break generational curses. I don't care about no, I love you and you the one for me and all that. Like we come up with these concepts to this, it's just like what are we doing to what it's like we spending our time, having sex or cooking for each other. Like what is that really doing? Don't get me wrong, I don't exit that out. That is great, it's fun, but it's just like, what is y'all goals together? Like marriage ain't a goal because you can be married and still not be together. That don't mean y'all together just because you got a ring or this title. Like we're looking for titles to live up to because we don't have the discipline to be that individually. You have to become that discipline and that patience before you get with a person. Because then what you're going to be doing is looking for them to help you become something that you should have already been before y'all even came together.
Okay, so that's the main thing. You think people should be whole within themselves before they, or just have like
I think you should be intelligent. You should be more intelligent. You should be more in tune with yourself, because why are you looking for, like, what is striving us to be out here looking for a soulmate? Like, what's driving that? Is it because we've been filled with conditional love so much that we out here looking for somebody to complete something that don't need to be completed. It's all about you.
I feel you though.
But like, listen to what they said though. Like, I feel like a human being. I'm single, but I like companionship.
I ain't say that I didn't like companionship. Companionship is cool. My point is that.
But you've been in love before, right?
I don't think so. I've been in love once, but she passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
But that was real love because it wasn't romantic. It wasn't no condition involved. Like, I didn't need to kiss her to love her. I didn't need to hang out with her, nothing. So I feel like we're missing that genuine love with each other. It's like, can you feel the same love for a stranger as you do for your mother? No. Why? Because you're taught to be selfish. We're taught to be disingenuous to people that we don't know. What's the difference between knowing somebody and not knowing?
I don't think that's the case for everything, though.
Not the case for everything, but
I think it's more so on the side, like you said, tradition. People are brought up in a way that they see these certain things and they think it's that. Like, I was fortunate enough to grow up in a household that was very like your viewpoint. My mom was a single mom. It was just me and her growing up, and she brought me up around a lot of different things. Like, I grew up and I was just everywhere. I had a lot of freedom in high school. I had a car. Like, I got to experience a lot, but she never worried about what I was doing because I was never one of those kids that was super crazy. Like, oh, I didn't get to do that, because she just opened me up to a lot of things. So, like you said, everybody thinks it's this thing based on tradition. And traditionally you hear marriage is 50-50, 50-50. Like, it's like you said, you got to be whole. You got to be 100-100. I'm not coming in trying to sacrifice 50% of myself just so the other person can find 50% of their self. And I think a lot of people think that married people are like, oh my God, yeah, I want to hang out around people. You lose your friends. Like, I think marriage should be based on more easy relationships, like friendships. Like, I look at it like I have the same friends I had since high school. Like, that's just the type of person I am. I pretty much stick to my same routine. You ask people what Gabe been doing, is baseball and hanging out. Like, that's still my life right now. I coach baseball and I hang out. Like, I stuck to the same routine. Like, I knew who I was at a young age. I knew what I wanted to do. I know the people I wanted to hang around. So it's more so about, you're right, being sure of yourself and having somebody behind your back just as a reinsurance, It's not even like, if they slack off, I'm going to get mad at them. Like, of course, like,
stuff happens.
You get mad. If you've been in a position of power before, you've been like, man, this engineer ain't making my song right. I got to, you've been mad before. You're going to be upset, but you got to know that he know what he doing. They going to work through it, and y'all going to get through it together because y'all got, again, a purpose.
Right.
So I think it's been traditional, like, oh, you get married, you have kids, she sacrificed, one of y'all sacrificed, like, it don't gotta be that, for real. You can manage. You can definitely manage.
Do get in it for the wrong reason.
Yes,
they get into it because they, and I think we see now. What you was gonna say?
I was just saying the image of it.
Yeah, it's just the image. I feel like as a woman, you know, when you go around your family, you like, okay, I graduated, I got these good grades, I got a great job, you know. And it's like, okay, but where's your ring?
Yeah, you need a man.
You know, where's
You
your
gotta have
man
some
at?
kids.
Where's
We
your
need some babies
kids?
in the
You know,
family.
where's your kids? You know, it's like,
I do feel like it's greater pressure on women to get married. I think men, you know, we get to chill a little bit longer.
Yeah.
yeah.
But-
And a lot of women I know who are in relationships or married or whatever the case may be, they not like whole. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff they want to do with themselves. And I'm not taking away from their want to be fulfilled or want to have that companionship, but it's just like they're not whole within themselves. So I don't necessarily envy that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. It's like not like I'm not rushing to get there because just like what does it has that I don't already have? It's just the illusion like that, you know, because again, it's just like what is the like women grow up with this, I call it the Snow White syndrome. It's like
the fairy tale.
yeah, like my knight in shining armor is coming. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. And what tends to happen is that a lot of relationships become dictated based on that woman's emotions and not really on compromise because it's always the man that's mostly compromising with the woman's emotions in the relationship. Because in fact, monogamy, right? Most men don't care for monogamy. Monogamy is a Western thing, right? So we were taught to only have one partner, but yet we have options in everything else in life when it comes to clothes, food, friends. So I tell people like, how is it that you're forced to be committed to somebody based on their emotions for you? Because it really isn't stemming from a place of elevation because a lot of people want things based off selfishness. Like, I need you to be this way because I can't control you. So in order for me to control you, I need for you to do this or do this. So we set up these principles and these things that's based on selfishness. And that monogamy to me is selfishness. That's what it is. You're being selfish. Because it's so selfish. It's so selfish. No, because I don't mind now. If you prefer, I'm not saying
That's the difference of opinion, though. As you said,
it's like if you prefer that, cool. But it's just like let's look at the reality of it. Monogamy
it's just not for everybody.
Not even that. It exists, but it's not a definite thing. Even polygamy, right?
Well, you just never know how it's gonna turn out, but that's
Right.
the beauty of it. Like I love you. I invest in this so much. I don't care how this turns out. I just wanna see where it goes.
Now people be like, "Now this my forever. This gonna work," and it don't. That's literally what happens because you're like how many forevers you done had? Forever is
That world is fantasy, like you said.
right. It's
That's
fantasy
all
as
based
hell,
on
right?
fantasy.
But I'm just saying we
But
gotta
that's
be.
the wrong reasons,
I'm
though.
just saying like, but what does monogamy come with? Commitment, right?
I mean,
Exclusive.
it's a lot of things.
Exclusiveness. Exclusiveness is an illusion. You're never exclusive. Like for the
so?
simple fact that people have access to you every day. Literally,
But is
that
it the
world.
same?
So the only difference is sex. That's what people think
is
about.
it?
I mean, mindset.
What about
Everybody don't get these viewpoints every day, bro.
Right.
You don't
Right.
get to see
You're
like
not
what goes
sharing.
on in Gabe's head every single
Right.
day.
I'm just saying, like, my point is that monogamous people, right? Let's just take a monogamous mindset. It's like, okay, I want you to myself. You're mine, right? You're mine. Nobody else's.
All right.
The reason why that backfires is because you also have friends. You have family. Right. So monogamous people, okay, so can I not have anybody else in my life or can I?
Romantic, like romantic.
Like,
Right.
you not
For-
being
for-
held hostage.
that's
what you mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
But that's my point. Why it so then that goes against monogamous then because you're still sharing yourself with others.
we-
It don't have to be but romantic.
It does include that though.
But I'm saying-
because are you doing that with others?
But polygamy isn't
you
just
not all
relative
together?
to romance. That's what I'm saying. Polygamy isn't just relative to romance. That's how we make it to be.
So you saying like, okay, this man, we can talk about our futures together. We can talk about what we want in life. And then this man, we can talk about traveling. We can talk about this kind of thing. You saying like it's about mindset and the way you connect with people? Or
Yeah,
like
so yes, okay. So my point is that what we look for in relationships backfires because it's not stemmed in reality. That's my point. Again, monogamy. If somebody is for you, and you don't want to share them, how do you share them with friends then?
What do you?
But you're not a prisoner.
I'm not sharing them with my
Exactly. With your
so what's the whole
Yeah.
point of your monogamous minds? My point is that the actions is not adding up to what you're saying that you want. Because think about, I can't say
You just don't want everyone to have the same access.
the same access. So now you're giving it your own
Like,
definition.
I don't want everybody
and
to
not the
have
actual
my-
definition. So my point is that in order to do something right, you gotta have the knowledge of it, right? So in this world, we tend to give certain words different definitions based on our experiences. So you have to look at the reality of things in order to deal with the reality of yourself. I can't say that, I can't say, I can't bring you black eyed peas and be like, try this lasagna. Like, that don't make sense. It's like, what is this actually? Like, what is the essence of this? What is the true reality of what we dealing with? So I can't say that I'm a monogamous person and I want you to myself, but I share you with friends.
But you
No.
have people.
It's
Everybody
not-
has
you're-
different roles in your life. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I know
most
that,
definitely.
but that's what I'm saying. So what is monogamy then?
It's you as I
Oh, okay.
What is
I get what you're
monogamy
saying.
then?
No, I
guess
get what
it's
you're
a
saying.
relationship
Like,
aspect, but like
it's more than the
But
relationship.
monogamy
Like,
isn't just relative to a
no, I was
relationship.
here to say,
Right,
look,
right.
because me and Coco been homies for a long time. I just got said I don't want her looking at my medical bills. That's between me and my wife. That's where the relation. That's where.
Of course that, but I'm saying,
Okay.
but that's not monogamy either. Monogamy is
that
not
not
relative to bills, like the showing of bills.
But it's relative to our relationship.
And the same
That's a part of our
access. She
relationship.
doesn't have
I
that
share
same
that with her that I
access.
don't share. That's monogamous because I share that with her that I don't share with anybody else. Not even my mom. And my mom is
a mom.
my mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that we have in relationships that we all bring to the table. Like one of the points I was gonna bring up is I think that like when you're growing up, people be like, "Oh, these high school relationships don't mean nothing. You gonna grow apart from all these people."
Yeah, it's not
like,
gonna last.
That's stupid. Like every relationship you have is a building point to you. You know, they form you, they help create you. Whether those decisions are good or bad, it shows. It happens.
the whole- so-
just for people to be like, "Oh, they don't
Okay.
mean nothing," they do.
Let's just say this, right? Let's just say monogamy is just based on the having exclusive romance, right? So then, so if we exclusively only romantically, and I cannot be with anybody else romantically, does that stop me from thinking romantically about others? And if
Not necessarily.
exactly,
I was
so
gonna
if
say,
it
no.
doesn't, then again, monogamy is flawed because
But are you with that person?
No, I
It ain't
think
about-
people are flawed, not monogamy. You know what I'm saying? That's the person's mindset.
Right.
human.
But
Yeah.
exactly, that's why I say we have to deal with the reality of things. So if we know that humans are flawed, which is what I've been basically saying this whole time,
Right.
then why are we expecting
Ain't nobody
monogamy from
disagreeing with
flawed
that.
humans?
Yeah, no,
I think-
it's definitely flawed.
I think
but-
that people, like you said, they have this standard that I agree with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm
Right.
just on a different side of the table. I'm
Right.
just trying to show people that this side of the table is not as bad as it looks.
No, it's not.
And we
Ain't
don't.
nothing bad. Ain't
I'm not
so-
even saying
We
bad, but I'm
just-
just saying
everything
we
has its
Like,
pros
what's
and
the
people
point?
that's us that's
It's just
open
like no,
to
it ain't even
different
that. It
things.
ain't even
Right.
about what's the point. It's about what is the reality. It ain't about the point. What's the reality? Like we have to deal with the reality of things. If we around here looking for a monogamous relationship from flawed humans who's indoctrinated and programmed from birth, that makes no sense. How you expecting exclusiveness from somebody who can't be exclusive to themselves? Like we're just expecting people to
But you're just assuming that can't be exclusive to
the
themselves.
reason why is because we got habits every day that we can't break
like breathing.
throughout life. We got habits. I'm gonna go to the gym. You know what? This my year, new me. Every new year, and don't even stick with it. You can't even stick to that commitment. But yeah, I'm expecting you to be with me forever. That's my point.
Yeah,
That's why I said it's sexual. Because
But-
guess what? Sex ruins relationships, and people don't understand that. Because once sex get involved, it's a totally different relationship
to
state.
another level.
It
I agree with that.
changes,
I agree with that.
and now
100%.
you become selfish and jealous because can't nobody touch you. How? You get what I'm saying? Like, who are you to tell me that? Like,
Right.
you don't control. Like, how we claiming ownership over things that don't belong to us? Like, how are you mine? And
See,
you
I
don't
gotta
even,
talk about that.
But see, I think that's more of a self-discipline thing.
People not talking about
That's
the problem.
I think
people not talking about
That's the problem.
what is monogamy.
Yeah.
What is what is cheating? Because if you look at the reality of cheating ain't physical, it's mental. Before you do anything, you got to think about it.
Yeah.
Thought is the most powerful force that exists. So that's why I say, if you're monogamous with somebody physically, that don't mean you're monogamous with them mentally, and that matters most, because it's only a matter of time before you do exactly what your desires are tempting you to do. And one thing for sure, human beings have not mastered their desires, have not mastered their discipline, have not mastered their patience.
Depend on the human
No, ain't no
being.
some. We do not live in a society that is teaching us this, that is teaching you what is discipline,
Just
what
'cause,
is patience.
like you said, just because it's not readily available to you, don't mean it's not out there.
No,
you
my
know
point-
You can go look for it.
Yeah, you can look. Yeah, some people are looking for it, but my point is that it's not a stigma for this society that we live in. You're taught more to be on social media, like pics, Megan Thee Stallion relationship goals, her boy. Like what we're taught is totally different than what we should be looking for. Because if I'm absorbing negativity, if I don't have that same amount of positivity offsetting that, then I'm going to lean towards that negativity.
Right. But you have to start at some point to teach yourself. Like when we young, yeah, we deal with relationships and stuff that does not work out. When you stay in that cycle, I feel like that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like look, okay, what am I really looking for? Okay, I keep dealing with this type of person, this type of girl, this type of man or whatever, and they all have this same exact quality. So obviously I'm chasing something that keeps on breaking me or keeps me starting back from, step one, you know what I'm saying? But people aren't having those conversations. It's hard as a woman to be like, yo, you look good, I just want to fuck, or like, oh, you look good, like, we can just go kick it or something like that, I feel like people just be out here lying, you know what I'm saying? Women do it too.
No, they do be lying.
Just be lying, like
Unnecessary.
it's like an ego thing or just like to feed a woman's ego or feed a man's ego just to kind of lead them on because you expect them to want like monogamy or something like that. There's no room it seems like there's no room to have anything else. It's like, okay, we together or we not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
But see, that is
Pressure.
problem because
It's
if you
pressure.
talk about it, sometimes you might get the person who on the same stuff that you on, but you don't
If
know
you
that because
honest.
you didn't open your mouth to say that.
Right, exactly, if you're honest. And
But
then
when you're dealing with
emotional,
emotional people, it's totally different because some people are stuck in their ways emotionally. Which means that, you know what I'm saying, like, even if, like, I've had situations where I don't lie. I come in the door and I tell a woman what I am, who I am. Like, I'm not a monogamous person. This is not my lifestyle. Like,
So what does that look like? Like, let's role play. Like, what does that look like? You see a girl and you like, okay, she look good. Like,
you're
like,
beautiful. I like to get to know you. I like your mindset because I'm picky as well. So I don't just talk to anybody. But that's the difference. See, people think when you're not monogamous that you just out here. No, everything has standards, morals, and laws. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to carry yourself with morality, you know what I'm saying, in a foundation based on right knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's because you have to still base everything off the mindset of making the right choices because your choices make you, you know what I'm saying? So with me, it's just like I pick and choose who I want to give my time to, and I just, if a woman want me, oh yeah, I'm polygamous. Monogamous people think polygamy, and I'm not polygamous or monogamous. I just do what the fuck I want.
Okay.
Like, it's a difference. Like, I don't care for neither. Because both exist at the same time. When you, even, say I got 5 girlfriends. I'm not with them 5 girls at once. Right? What's the difference between having 5 girlfriends at once and having 5 girlfriends throughout
over
an extended period of time? There ain't no difference. We get taught that it is. And that's why I tell people, if you so monogamous, why you ain't a virgin?
Because I'm married now. What do you mean?
No, I'm just not you. Not you. I'm just saying a lot of us ain't even married yet.
You mean like
But did you have sex before marriage?
yeah.
Oh yeah, most
Exactly.
Because you
But you're so
agreed to give
monogamous.
yourself to
I mean
person.
that was different though.
I'm just saying, but monogamous people, I'm just saying, monogamous people look at polygamy people like, oh, y'all, you know.
No, I get what you're saying.
You
I
get what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
what?
But you know, that's not
but it's
everybody.
literally, it's
Yeah.
the same because even if I'm dealing with multiple people, I'm not dealing with them all at once unless it's a threesome.
Nah, I was gonna say I know some people that are though. Like even
No,
if
I'm
you say
talking
you're
about
not
like
dealing
I'm telling you, all at once. You're gonna
in the
deal with
same
people.
day, it's still kind of. I know some.
It's still at
still
a
wrong.
it's
It's still going crazy.
No,
I'm just talking about for your health. I'm not talking about for anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Like for health,
That's the only thing
I get
really,
the health part.
I don't care about nothing else.
I get the health part.
Yeah.
I get the health part. But what I tell people, you can have unhealthy sex with just one person. It doesn't mean that, because sex is a six-power force, and we do not even understand sex the way that we get taught it.
So
that's what but that's exactly
too.
what I mean. It's like we got to know what we dealing with. So again, it's just like, even if I have 5 partners, I'm not dealing with them all at once. I'm dealing with them at separate times. So what's the difference between a year and 2 minutes? There ain't no difference. We create that difference. Time is eternal. So it ain't no difference between the time varies. So what's the difference between having 5 relationships throughout 5 years and 5 relationships all in 1 year, or at the same time?
Learning experiences. I mean, different things.
I'm just saying that's what. So what's the difference between
the difference is how
monogamy
many
and
people
polygamy?
you're dealing with at once.
Huh?
The difference is how many people you're dealing with
But
at
at
once.
once means
at one
right.
time.
Can
right
that
then.
change? Like, does it always
But I'm
have to
saying
be
you're
one
not
thing?
dealing with all them at once. You're dealing with one.
So you have to choose
Okay.
at the age of 4. When do we start having relations? Like,
Exactly.
You know,
right
so
then,
you
I'm
have
like,
to-
I'm gonna be with her right then forever for the
forever.
rest of my life.
I don't
like,
care if you walk away. I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you
nah,
have no
bro, we
control over
out here and
Just
say
like
we
you
gotta-
said, we can't have control over people. You know what I'm saying? If you two come up with like y'all make an agreement at this point, stuff change. You know, people get sick, career, family, all these things in reality that changes. You can start that way with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it changes over time.
But my point again, so it's just the whole. First of all, even if we looked at monogamy for what it is, human beings are too grounded in selfishness for it to even be correct, because now you're stemming your monogamy is based on sexual relations only, because you don't care if I have friends. You don't care if I was in a relationship and I had female friends and my girl knew exactly I was not having sex with them, she'll probably still be jealous.
Now that right there is just
And
crazy.
what makes it worse, is the thought of sex. So once a woman or a man think that you have had any kind of relations, even a thought that leads to it. That's why I'm saying. That's why faithfulness and commitment. It's all mental.
This happened to me before. So I was in a relationship, but this was when I was in college. So I would go home and I'd be kicking it with Gabe and the guys. You know what I'm saying? With the guys, yeah. So
gang.
you know, he called my phone. He texted me like, what you doing? Where you at? And I'm like, hold on, I'm in the car right now. It's like, hold on, what you mean? I hear some dudes laughing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, I understand how that looks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me bring them around, at least so they can meet and see the dynamic of our relationship.
That's good. At least you're
so they can see
trying
like these
to get him to know the people.
Right. To kind of ease that, because I mean, I get it.
But he has to go in with an open mind too.
Right.
And then automatically
I ain't saying it's right, but
yeah. I mean, personally, I feel like your friends are your friends, so you can't fault me for who I'm friends with.
Yeah. Because
so
it's not
especially
just
if you
sex,
know, like if you're dating this person and you know, like, hey, I'm talking to my friend and it's a he. I'm talking to this friend, it's a he. So you know I have male friends that I talk to, but you still decide to pursue me, and then now you mad, and that's just crazy. That's crazy.
Because they didn't have sex at this point, even if they didn't. Just the thought of him hitting it, it's like I don't want nobody else touching it. Because again, sex, it ruins so many people's mindsets. Yeah, it is, but at the same time, it's just like we emotional. Emotions come and go, right? Emotions are literally unstable because they are not consistent, right?
Yeah, right.
So how do we want stability in our life, but yet we allow inconsistent emotions to dictate us? And I tell people like this. The spell of ignorance is so deep that it's so intricate that it starts with little stuff like that, of us allowing inconsistency to dictate us. So that would mean that we're going to allow other things that's inconsistent to deal with. Like we literally make mistakes habitual to the point where we accept them. Like, everybody make mistakes. No, fuck that. You don't have to make the kind of mistakes that we be making. We do not have to make. We just make excuses to continue to scapegoat the accountability that we need to take on our lives. So now what we do is just make excuses every time for people that we deal with, or it's okay or whatever. No, you have to set your standards in the door. You have to be honest with yourself in order to be honest with people.
So what about like you said, okay, emotions, they're inconsistent. But what if what's wrong with like allowing yourself to kind of go through these different emotions? Like I said, life happens.
Okay.
I can be sad about this thing, but I'm gonna let myself deal with this, but I'm gonna come out of it. I know I ain't gonna stay there forever. You know what I'm saying? Or I can be mad about something that happened to me that I might not have had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna allow myself to feel this. Those are inconsistent emotions because I get into it and I get right out of it. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean I can't allow any kind of stability in my life because of these emotions?
It's hard. So it's a subconscious thing. The subconscious is very powerful. So, okay, let's just say you're allowing yourself to feel emotions because of ego. And the reason why I say that the ego is what attaches us to the third dimension. So now I'm gonna get on a higher level because we gotta understand it's the spiritual realm is over the physical realm. So we are, we're dealing with a realm. So since we are spiritual people and soulful people, we have to take all that into account. So it's not just about the physical. So when it comes to relationships, we think too physical. It's not just about that. So you have to take all into account. So allowing yourself to feel emotions is because we in a third dimension. We are taught to allow those emotions to take us. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to acknowledge those, right? Think about when you stop liking somebody. They do some shit, you like, I don't give a fuck at all. Right? Because you're not attached at that point. We attached to this realm and we're taught to be attached. So the attachment is actually a spiritual thing because you're allowing yourself to attach yourself from ego, attach yourself from desires. These are things that holds us here. Think about when people cross over or pass away. Like how you think is very important because if you feel like you need to stay here, you will. Like you had to learn to let this shit go and people. And that's my point. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
It's like, what's holding you here? Ain't shit here. You can't take nothing here with you.
Growing,
because we think this life is everything because we're taught that. Right. It's not. So we think emotions is very important. Like, you don't need emotions to be in divine love. See, because your emotions can be unconditional as well. So we have to turn everything unconditional, which means that if I'm happy, can't nothing change that.
Right.
That's unconditional. I don't give a fuck what you say. You cannot change my peace. Once somebody change your peace and your attributes, that's an emotional, which is energy and motion. And that is why it's inconsistent because you go from 3 different people in 5 minutes. Them emotions are spirits. Happiness, sadness, jealousy, envy, them are spirits because spirits are programs and controllers. That's just spirits is natural electricity gas in one degree or another. So that means that shit coming in you, fading away. Yes, it fade away. It can, depending on the time, but at the same time, it's changing you of who you are. So when you take away them emotions, who are you? Right? Who are you? Who are you without emotions?
Calling you out.
Who are you without emotions?
I'm Gabe Gage always. It really don't matter.
That gauge is what your parents gave your physical avatar.
But that's the
what
name that's attached to me. That's how I can express myself to the world.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying
that's why I say that's who I am. If I wanted to get deeper, I'm everything. I'm a leader of my community.
Right.
I'm more than that. You know what I'm saying? I'll get what you're saying, bro. We definitely on the same page of what you're talking about. But I think that for me, my peace is having somebody spiritually with me that's on the same level.
Right, and that's cool.
And that's how I feel. Yeah. I feel like more so we need to have these conversations because people think it's over here is, oh no, we look at y'all like sinners. Hey, no, my God, get away from me. Don't be doing it. It's like, no, you got to be open. Like I've had conversations with people that have multiple wives. That's crazy to me. I don't see how you deal with that much emotion because dealing with just one other person, it's enough. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I tell people because polygamy people think, in order for me to solve my monogamy problems, I got to get with more people. The only thing it's doing is enhancing your
craziness into your house.
Again, you have no mental foundation with these women.
No.
Not even with one person. So you think getting 5 more is going to help. Like, only because that's ego is. See, that's why I tell you, monogamy input, it's the same stuff. It's literally the same thing. It's like the Spider-Man meme. It's like
pointing at each other.
Literally, because it's like both of that shit is both of it is ego. I want you to tell myself because you belong to me. And no, I don't. I want multiple people because I don't want one person. Ego and wrong. So it's just like we're out here striving for ego. And we don't even fucking know it.
I think marriage, like weddings and wedding rings, it's ego.
It's bullshit.
We went to the courthouse. house for real. You see, no,
Yeah,
I'm
because
sticking,
real marriage is
up here.
Yes,
It's in the mind.
See,
It's
people
discipline.
need stuff like this to live up to.
To show it.
No,
like,
because
oh, I'm
they
married.
don't have the discipline to do it without it. It's just like this. If you love cake and you know you don't need to eat it, right? Taping your hands and mouth won't stop you from thinking about it. The change has to happen internally. Again, we thinking too physically on everything. Even when relationships too fucking physical for it to last. The physical is temporary. Your emotions are temporary. Your likes and dislikes temporary. That's why people fall out. Because why? You used up all the energy that you have for this external object. Now your mind ready to move on. You're giving it importance, but your mind thinks differently than you. This is why the whole point of mind, body, and soul being on the same accord is very important. Because our mind control us way more than we think.
Yeah.
We wake up, tired of this motherfucker. You sleeping with the same person every day.
It's nothing.
Your
there.
mind is in contact with this desire every day. You grow tired of that. This is why cheating happens. This is why I say commitment is stupid. What are you committing to?
You be watching that show, Cheaters?
You like Kevin Samuels?
But yeah, I think my whole point is that we have to start dealing with the reality of things in order for relationships to really be. Because let's think about this. You and your wife, there should be nothing that break y'all up. I don't give a fuck what happens. Because the purpose should be we have kids and we got to grow them into kings and queens. That is my purpose. Like, it's not about us anymore. I don't care what, I catch you in a minute, whatever. We passed that point. We already talked about this. But what I want from you is honesty, because real commitment is honesty. It ain't about what you're doing. Because
That's what communication comes
exactly. So you let me know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Even if you have you get an entanglement. Let me know. You know, that's it.
Right.
Because one thing you cannot stop is the curiosity of a human being. Right. We are literally 40. What the fuck is that to eternity? Like, we don't know anything. People think I don't know myself. I'm still learning. Even I'm not going to ever truly know myself in this realm. We live for what? Less than 100 years. That's nothing. Mm-hmm. So you're expecting so much from people, and for what? Because it's ego. We're giving them all these expectations for us. See, that's the thing. It don't even be for them. Because if you ask a woman, women ask me, I want you to tell myself why. What does me being committed to you do for me besides your own personal ego?
That's a good question.
Because my mama, no woman ever answered it. No woman, because then you have to look within. Mm-hmm. You have to look within and really ask yourself, damn, why do I want you?
Yeah, how do I answer that? Yeah.
Like
how can you be
how does me being faithful to you help me? Like what?
Did you get me?
You can't.
That's a deep question.
So when they don't answer that, I don't want you. You're not getting what you want. You're not getting what you're trying to get from me at all. Because
so if she answers you,
she can't. They can't. Because this one thing women always say, STDs. This thing, STDs out there. I'll be like, why are you not a virgin then? If sex that important, it's only important when your emotions are involved and you want something to yourself. But when you single, you doing you.
Like you said, though, it depends. If I was single, I still wouldn't be out here just...
No, that's fine. You have, that's standards. You know what I'm saying? This again, I'm single. I'm not out here fucking everybody. I'm not. And it's getting worse because I'm getting even more picky the older I get. And I'm starting to realize, like, and women think if you don't want committed, you don't want nothing. I said, no, that don't happen. I still want a wife. You just not gonna be my only wife.
Oh, so you...
You're into polygamy?
Not even that.
You confuse me too, bro.
I'm just saying.
Another word in there.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that I let women know I'm not gonna want you forever. You can get that out the door. I have.
So you'll get married? You'll get married?
Multiple times?
Yeah. Like you'll get married knowing that you'll at some
divorce
point...
her and then get married.
So divorce them if you're...
No. So
you're going to be married for her forever even though you're not...
Will you cheat?
I don't think it's cheating.
I'm not.
Okay.
It has to be an agreement. I'm not going to cheat.
I was going to say, I don't think it's
We're going to
cheating.
talk about this. Like the woman I have, I don't want multiple babies. I want one mother.
Okay.
Right? So it would have to be based on like us understanding that we're not in a position to be this fake commitment that we want. Like people lie.
So open marriage?
A relationship is always open. There's no such thing as a closed marriage. There's no such thing as a closed relationship. You know why?
If you're getting technical.
I'm just,
I mean, it's more so for me. I don't want everybody to see me naked. I get what you're saying.
No.
Like, you know what? I'm not.
But see, everybody don't see you naked. Because even before, okay, how many girlfriends you had before you and your wife got married?
I don't know.
Listen to Tom.
Girlfriends.
That's what I'm saying. How many girlfriends you had?
I would probably say probably up to 10, a little bit more than that.
Okay,
More than that.
so that's fine.
It depends, but that's a title that's
fine.
loose.
So this is
sorry.
my point. My point is this: if you were able to have 10 before the one you got with, that means that you're able to have more after her.
If I wanted to.
Exactly. That's my point.
I mean,
think about this.
Right.
If that exists in the mind, if your mind already know that it explores, that it likes different things.
You have 10 wives?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
you and
the
whoever
fact
you
that
with
you
will have to
had multiple options before your one means that you still have more even after that.
So is there a max amount of wives
I
you
don't
would have?
I don't think so.
The max? No, it ain't. No, so it's not.
Okay.
No, he's not saying that he would have another wife.
I'm not saying
at
no.
all.
I only
He
want one
won't-
wife.
yeah.
But my point is that the dynamic would be that we're not in no fake commitment bullshit.
So she can go out and do her thing. You can
Yeah,
go
but
out and do your
talk to me.
thing.
Let me know who is this
Okay.
guy. Use
Yeah,
the
that's
condom.
ideal,
Because what's going to happen is that when you give a human being like expectations they can't live up to, they're gonna do it behind your back without a doubt. Because they cannot live up to this and they don't have the confidence to tell you that they can't because y'all already gave yourself an illusion from the beginning. And this is why cheating happens behind closed doors because now you wasn't up front from the jump. And the reason why you weren't because you didn't even know. We really out here thinking humans can be faithful to us. And that's idiotic as fuck
But
to
people
me.
can.
Shit, how?
Bro, people
because
are
you
faithful
haven't
to the
experienced it
bulls,
doesn't
bro.
mean
That's
it's
what
not
I'm
out
saying.
there.
Like,
bulls?
I think you
what
using
I'm-
this faithful thing too loosely. Like, people are faithful to the Bears. I'm a White Sox fan.
No, I'm talking about.
People's mindset can get changed that easy. I know we living in a spiritual world, but people's mindsets are loose, bro. They out there.
So if they minds is loose, then that means that
they're open, but it's open. That don't mean it lacks commitment. If they've been a Bears fan since 1984, they ain't gonna change no matter how bad they suck. They don't lack commitment, bro. They definitely still committed, but they just,
They not
slow.
diehard.
Okay. So then we will have to establish what commitment and faithfulness is then. In order for us to get to the bottom of it, right? So, so think about this, right? Commitment is mind, body, and soul to one thing, right? Mm-hmm. Tunnel vision, right? Okay. If I'm committed to the Bears, why am I also a fan of the Bills?
I'm not.
I'm just saying. Like they say, you can't hold hands with God and walk with the devil. How are you in a committed relationship, but you thinking lustful about other things?
Now, does that include celebrity crushes?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I remember I brought that up. How you in a relationship? Bro, please tell me. Audience, please tell me.
That was a serious question because that's a
how are
common
you
thing
in a
here.
relationship and you got a celebrity crush? And what they say? I ain't never gonna meet somebody that remind you of them.
It's not them.
It ain't about that. It's not about that. When I was younger, I've had women that be like, I don't know why you remind me of like Trey Songz Sex Appeal, and they gave me some based off that. Trust me, no, it's real. It's not about the actual person all the time. It's about the thought. There are certain people that remind us of celebrities like, dang, you look just like this. That's a desire. That can become a desire if you meet somebody that, and even they don't gotta look like them. If they have the energy of your celebrity crush, that turns a person on. Like, because you're literally reminding me of somebody that I
But
probably
that
never
doesn't
go.
necessarily mean that
But
you're
those
going to cross
people
the
don't
line.
need to be in
Ain't about that. It's
relationships.
the fact.
I was gonna say that's
So
what
it don't
need to
matter
be in
that
relationships, bro.
But that don't matter because guess what? If your boyfriend, your girlfriend can read your mind, is they gonna like that thought?
What if they tell you they have a celebrity
If
crush?
they really care, it shouldn't matter. Like,
at the end of the day, I
it's a
feel
thought.
like it's everybody is different. You got to know who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to communicate and stuff.
about
If
to
you
say,
dealing with somebody
communication.
like, oh, you look like so and so, I'm gonna give you some. Okay, you a little off. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's
So I'm not even going.
It ain't just about that. It's just the fact that if thought is the most powerful force that exists, like you're not gonna just stop Every time you see this celebrity, you're gonna be like, oh, this thing. It's not. It don't just. Yeah, we grow up and we stop our crushes, but then we get a new one. My point is that like you have to master your thought too in order to be faithful. Like because again, you can't hold hands with God and walk with the devil. How you in the presence of a God, but you thinking devilishment? You see, if 3 angels walked in here right now. We ain't gonna be like, oh shit, angels. It's gonna be a motherfucker like that angel, thick as fuck. Like what? Like what? You trying to fuck an angel, bro?
Hey, if you
And
think
you right though.
I'm just saying.
You real right
I'm just
though.
saying. It's gonna be certain.
wild.
It's
Like,
gonna
why
be
would you-
certain thoughts. It's gonna be certain thoughts that we are not gonna have. That's angelic. Everybody have unangelic thoughts, and the reason why is because we grew up. We all share a collective consciousness, and that's what a lot of people don't know.
But
Thought
look what we
don't
was,
belong
look
to
what we've
us.
been fed since we was kids. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the point. Why are you expecting faithfulness for somebody?
But what
who's
if somebody opens their eyes to it and they see through it and they're not like
and see
that?
through
Just
what?
because
And see
society
through what?
is like that.
But see through what?
all the BS of all the stuff that we've been taught and go
And try to unlearn and try to build with somebody. If you find somebody and y'all can realize like, hey, I've been taught this as a child. I've been taught this. Okay, but I would like to get to this point. Can we somehow kind of work something out and get to that point together? Yeah, I'm not perfect. I got my flaws and stuff like that. But, you know, okay, that's cool. I accept you as that. You know what I'm saying? We can work through that. But it doesn't have to be like, you ain't perfect. I ain't trying to wait for you to, you know, try to master this. You know what I'm saying? People kind of connect and build in those times because it brings them together. And they kind of they see where they started at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't build. So my point, I'm not saying that it's purposeless to be with somebody. I'm saying, look at the reality of it. Stop expecting these humans to only fuck with you.
Let me ask you this. What are your pros, like, in your mind? Like, what are, like, some pros of monogamy, if there are any? Like, you say you want to be married at one point. Like, why?
I don't think there's any pros in monogamy.
None.
But no.
Not
No.
one.
I don't think that's
Not
pros in
one
polygamy
single
either.
one.
Only based on the mindset of the people that's dealing with it. Now, if you say what's the pros with being with a black woman, everything. The pros of being the unity is everything. We only going to get things accomplished due to unity, and we start with the black mother and a black father creating that in the household. So yes, that's pros to that. But monogamy itself, because you got to realize that titles change people's minds.
Okay, so
Does that make that bad though?
If an employee came up to you and said, mop this floor, you're going to be like, who you talking to? If the manager said, mop this floor, you're going to be like, okay, what's the difference between the two? The title.
Pay grade, experience. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that
but
goes into that title, though.
But I understand that, but it's still just a title, because ain't no difference between a God and a human being. You want to know why? It's just knowledge. You have the same power.
That's the knowledge. But that's a part of the title.
It don't take knowledge to tell me to mop a floor. See, I'm obedient because of the title.
Okay, if you were on my level, you would have just mopped the floor. Because if we both guys, we both managers, we thinking
There's no difference.
Somebody needs to be mopped. What you mean?
Ego creates level. Ain't no level. There's no difference between a manager and an employee.
facts.
I get that because I've been in a part-time sales associate and I've been a manager.
I don't care about I got experiences that some people may never have.
Okay, I mean, but it don't tie into
my point
what
is
the
that,
goal is at the store or what you know what I'm saying.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying yes, the store needs certain people to fulfill certain roles. Of course, my
Right.
point is that why does titles change our mindsets? Because again, I just gave you an example, which is facts. We literally act differently to certain people with certain titles, but there ain't no difference between people. It's just ego that makes us think that.
Again, that's taught. That's an authority thing.
Exactly.
In school,
You're taught
we're
to be obedient.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things
Which
that you
is
just have
just
to
another
unlearn.
word of slave.
Hey, that's a whole nother conversation.
I was going to say now we're going
I'm just saying,
to
being
a whole
obedient.
different conversation.
I'm not talking about black slave. I'm talking about slave in general.
Yeah,
like
the mindset.
obedient to laws.
So
Like
let me ask you this: if you don't have
Would
any
there be
good
chaos?
we already in control. This is controlled
it's been
chaos.
chaotic.
See, that's the thing. Ain't no description to chaos. Ain't no description to monster. See, a lot of people fall for beautiful monsters because they think monsters are hideous because that's what we taught. Nothing is relative. And that's the point. We got to get out of that relative mindset. We think that certain things is only relative to certain things. No, everything is like life is infinite. It's broad. So it means we have to open our minds. You can't think one way for one thing and that's it. Like
that's why I say I think that if you looked inside, bro, deep inside monogamy, that you will find one good thing. Because, bro, it's good to, bro, if you look deep enough, you can find the good in something.
I mean, it's pros and cons to everything.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Well, where's the pro?
None, bro. Zero. Like,
I'll start.
Zero, bro. It's
I think
one,
the
bro.
With monogamy
Just
is
one.
like y'all said, like just the companionship.
Trust.
Or
Trust.
just like, okay, we want to build like generational wealth. I would love to have like a beautiful family, you know what I'm saying? Like little brown boys, brown girls running around, you know what I'm saying? And just that trust, you know what I'm saying? I can call my husband if, you know, my car broke down, oh, I need to tell you this, or, you know, how's your day? And I'm like, you know, a nurturer. Women were nurturers, you know what I'm saying? So you want to give and have that kind of nurturing relationship with somebody. So I feel like those are like some of the pros: trust, companionship, you know, just having a partner to build these things with and to grow with. You know what I'm saying?
mean, y'all asking me what's the pros to monogamy. He read the definition and it said
Yeah, the definition didn't help me out. Not gonna lie
That's
to you.
what I'm saying.
It didn't help me out
That's
at all.
what I'm saying. So,
it was,
if,
you know,
again,
but
so then if you're saying what's the pros to monogamy,
What should we call it? Partner? Like a
you gotta say
I
what's
gotta
the
say
pros
part-
to having
partner, a life partner.
A life
having
partner.
a partner. The pro is that trust. Like I want to be with
Okay.
somebody. Like whatever I say to you, whatever I ask you, you're gonna give me the answer. But see, you gotta also create a judge-free zone. People are not comfortable telling the truth because they feel judged, and we're very self-critical. You know what I'm saying, and critical about others because the world teaches us to be so fucking selfish to each other, so mean. Like even when you look at celebrities, like they get the shit people say about them. You're like, bro, these are people. Like, and we don't give a fuck. We just say whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
one
it's
of my biggest pet peeves too,
And the
bro.
thing is that, so if you doing this about a celebrity, you'll do that about anybody because that don't mean nothing. It's all about here. Like we got to change the way we deal with each other. So again, like we got to make people comfortable with being honest and understanding that whatever you tell me is okay. Like you're not gonna get a whooping. See, the punishment, a punishment of lying to your partner is that y'all gonna break up and you don't want to lose them. But you gotta let them know that you're not gonna lose me. Just be honest with me because it's best if you do that because we can work that out. Ain't no point of keep jumping from person to person. You dealing with the same problems. Projecting the same your past problems on that new relationship just for the end like the last one. You gotta work that shit. You gotta find somebody who's gonna being honest is more important than committing to me, and that's why I tell women like I don't need you to be mine. I need you to be honest with me.
Okay.
I feel you, but people don't. They ain't about that.
But I feel like that's something that can like
They
make
too
it
selfish.
that can make a lot of progress. Like, do y'all feel like our generation is capable of those things?
Yes, we capable of anything. It's just about if you were taught to be negative, you can be taught to be positive. It's all about repetition. We got to, and again, it's social media. It's so many extensions to the system that's helping us stay absorbed in this negativity. So we have to find a way to offset that. And it starts in the household. It starts with parents. You gotta, like mothers
people ain't
gotta
raising
stop
their
giving
kids.
the son leeway and chaining the daughter up.
Yeah, that's a
You gotta
And that's
stop.
the point.
We
That's
go
the
and then
point
we
of
go out
building
here in
that
the
family to
world.
create that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
And
That's
to
why I
build a
say
family
you
to
break
create that,
generational curses with knowledge. That's liberation information.
Yeah.
But
That way these things can be unlearned and we can kind of free our minds and teach our kids early what's important. You know what I'm saying? Not about you need to get married, you need to do this, you need to rush into this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we gotta stop
Like people
using
out here,
within ourselves.
like they be 21. I'm looking for my husband. I'm dating to marry. How you dating to marry?
It's that schedule you was talking about. They got it on the time limit.
That's crazy.
I seen
Like,
a
it's
meme. It was like, yo, this girl want kids and commitment from me, and I'm 17 years old. Bitch, I can't even get a motherfucking condo.
Like I be seeing these kids. He was in this other girl's face. I'm like, yo, we don't understand that adults ain't nothing but big kids. The only thing changes is the things that we selfish about and with. It go from toys to people, and none of it changes. Like we're that's mine. It's not. You tell yourself something yours that don't belong to you, you go crazy.
Okay, so that was a good conversation. Let's move into like it's a segment I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
I wanted to ask y'all. No, that was the whole point. That was the whole point of getting everybody up here and their own opinions. So, so there is a question that be going around, right? So y'all been in love. You admitted you was in love before.
Yeah.
Okay. So say for example, you fall in love with one person and oh my God, I know what he's gonna say.
I'm scared now.
I know what he's gonna say. So just so happens, right? You fall in love with somebody else. Do you stay with the first person? Or
Just so happens. I was saying,
You gotta control that.
wait a minute. I was
You
getting-
gotta control that.
that is
You gotta have.
that's a whole
so it's
different.
one of those things like, okay, it's
I feel
not
like that's a good one
It's-
because they'd be like, well, if you really love somebody,
you wouldn't even allow yourself to get there, right?
Nah, that
So-
ain't true either though.
But then again, I feel like sometimes I feel like
It's
you
shit.
can have more than one. Like it's more than one person you can connect with on that level, and that's the unfortunate part at times.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unfortunate. It's
Well, it's unfortunate for the monogamy part of it.
For the first person.
but if you supposed
Because
to
just
be
think about
monogamy,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
But if you're looking
it's
up people like, man,
counterproductive to it.
I want them, but they want somebody else and they want them too, but they still want. I don't want to share. I'm not going to share. That's the only thing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. People don't want to share. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate because you're going to always share everything in life. And the thing is, it's worse sharing without you knowing you're sharing.
Man.
Yeah,
And that's the
whole
part.
point.
And that's what that's again. People can have you have multiple soulmates. Again, he had 10 girlfriends.
Okay, but
Before
he
his
didn't
wife.
say soulmates.
It ain't about that.
Yes, it
It was
is.
10 people he connected with. It may
But
not be
well,
I
on
was
on
gonna
that
say
level?
it
I
wasn't.
was saying it may not be
Nah, I
on
was
the
gonna
major
say that's
level. Yeah,
different
it's
though,
little
yeah.
shit. It's just my point. Like, you can gradually grow with anybody that you learn to be on the same accord with. The only difference, it'd be the conflict of interest. I don't think everybody was like not meant for you. I think it's just we had the wrong way of going about it. Because a lot of people does have, everybody has potential, honestly. I think the way we're taught, the way people minds, yes, you got ignorant people that just can't change their ways, but it's a lot of times where just like a relationship went bad just because y'all didn't have an understanding of what a relationship is. So I think you can grow. I think you can, if a person isn't toxic, as long as you're open-minded, you can grow with people. It don't matter who it is. I just feel like it didn't work out because y'all didn't know how to probably work it right.
And experiences too. I feel like I'm not one of them people who are like, oh, I shouldn't have dealt with this person. I shouldn't have dealt with that person, because I feel like you learn something. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay on the dark side of it, look up.
I'd be mad. I'd be like, oh, you wasted my time.
Nah, because I'd be
was so
like,
precious.
okay, I learned that, I need to do a little bit more here, or I need to kind of
That is the unfortunate
like
good part.
you
about
gotta kind of have some kind of positivity about it. You gotta learn something from it. It didn't happen for no reason.
I
You know
will
what I'm
say
saying?
those 10 relationships did help me for my marriage. I
Right.
knew what I didn't like, and I knew what I
You had
needed
to go
do.
through them options.
Exactly.
That's why,
But
like, people be on their first option thinking, yeah, this is.
oh yeah, that's
No, I'm dead, and that's my
hanging
point.
on for dear
you
life.
you have
People who
to
do
explore.
it. Yeah.
You have to give yourself options. I don't know what I want. I find women I vibe with, and they be cold as hell. But then after time, be like, yeah, I don't want you, and I'm giving myself. I owe myself that. I don't have to rush just because the woman ready. No, this ain't about you. This is about me. At the end of the day, because what you want from me, nah.
I can't get that to you. So what do you say? What do you tell them?
I don't say nothing.
You just dip.
Yeah, just dip. Yeah, I don't owe you no explanation.
So I'm outta
This is
here.
my life, and that's why.
Oh, I'm
and that's
outta
why
here.
I'm proud of the progress that I made. Even, and the more older I get, the more confident I become because I'll be like, fuck your feelings. Like literally, it's fuck your feelings. I'm a compassionate person, but. No.
Did he
But
just
no,
say that in the
I'm saying
same
fuck
breath?
your feelings. No, but I'm saying in the sense that when your feelings is all about your selfishness, that's when it's fuck your feelings because it has nothing to do with me.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel that.
you feel the way you feel. I didn't hurt you. I was honest.
Yeah, and that's
You hurt yourself. Like that has nothing to do with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told you who and what I was. So it's like, it's up to you to whether you ready to deal with this or not. Because, like, that's one thing I don't do. I don't leave people blind. I'm not going to leave you blind. You're going to know me. I'm an open book. I'm very honest. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's just the expectation that people put on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being honest, but it's like, oh, well, I think I'm good enough to change you. I think I'm good enough to push you in this direction. Even though you telling me exactly what you are, I think I'm good enough to kind of push you this way.
That's the thing.
So,
people be getting in a marriage thinking they can change people, thinking they can change the relationship dynamic. And it's like I said, it's got to be 100-100. You can't be going 50-50, 75-25. Like,
talk about it, Gabe. Give us some marriage advice. Like, it's been 7 years. Like, what works?
Honesty, that definitely works. That was big, you know. Being cool with one another, actually being friends before the relationship.
Taking your time.
I don't care what nobody say. A good sex life is definitely key. I'm sorry, because you're connecting that way spiritually. You gotta have y'all gotta be on the same chakras, bro. Not to say the least. Y'all gotta be cool with each other. And that's the part of marriage that I don't think people talk about. They're kind of scared to talk about, and that's the part that keeps people monogamous, because you start thinking about, man, I done just did some crazy stuff with her. I'm not finna do this with nobody else, bro. I don't want nobody to see that side. You know, like, and it get too crazy. Hey, he backed away. But yeah, it get crazy, bro. You be like, nah, I can't imagine myself or imagine her. So then you just get to a discipline in yourself. You're like, if she did this to me, I'll feel some type of way. So it's like, all right, I'm committed to her through me, because I've always been big on commitment. Baseball is a hard sport to get into just to even stay playing, bro. So you get into that sport, you can't be too high, you can't be too low. You gotta, even any athlete, if you've been athletic, you in music, it's a competitive industry. Anything that's competitive, you have to have a mindset where, all right, I don't care what nobody say, I'm just in it to win it. And that's always been my mindset on even relationships. Like, I knew I wanted to be in a relationship. I don't really care what nobody else say about relationships. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's more so about, I'm selfish, sorry, but you know, for me to be my best self, for me to inspire others, for me to be the coach I need to be, I gotta show people that, I'm gonna always be myself, no matter what environment, whether I'm coaching you, whether I'm with my kids, whether I'm doing this, I'm always be Gabe Gage. You know, that's the title that I can bestow upon people.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Stability is a big part of it.
That's a fact. Stability is really key. When people say stability, they think like, oh, you gotta do this. Your person has to always be doing something. Like, we've had moments where she's been a stay-at-home mom. I've worked all the time. I've been a stay-at-home dad. She's worked. Like, I guess we're stable because we want to pick each other up, but that's not the traditional sense of marriage or whatever. I think
it's what works for y'all.
It's what works for us. And I think it's hard for me to just give relationship advice, because these, like I said, 100 is two different people. For what works for us is definitely not going to work for other people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know that she can't handle, I'm real laid back. I'm always laid back. When I get mad, I get mad. So I know, and she knows that you don't want to see me like over P. So we, take steps to do that. But it's always in what y'all know, what y'all want to do, the person. Right. And to be honest, man, the title of marriage has been so misconstrued that, like, it's hard for me to tell people, oh yeah, go out there and get married, go out there and do this and go out there and do that. Because then they start thinking rings and big old weddings oh, I got to do this. And if I don't do that, I failed. And we got to get a house together and this and that. And we got to get car. We got to get the matching bent. Like, it get too crazy. That title alone just gets
really
too,
for the wife, right?
Yeah,
like,
it is. I would say.
Look at my ring. Look at my wedding. Look at my dress. You know.
It's and I've never been one of that type of person that's been real material. I've always been relationship game. I always want to see. I always pick people's brain. I always want to talk to people. I'm a people person. I want to be out there. Like, I just want to talk. I want to get to know what people are thinking. So it was never really, oh, I want to get married so I can get her this ring. I want to get married so I can have my kids grow up in a house where they see me every day. Like, I grew up without my dad, so it was kind of a point of emphasis. Like, I wanted to be in the house with my kids every day. And even if the relationship didn't work out between me and my baby mom's what she would be, she see me putting in the work every day to be a great father. So if anything was to in this relationship, she can't say to my kids, oh, he's a deadbeat. He didn't. No, they would look at her crazy right now. If she said that to my sons right now, no, stop talking to me. Like, because they've seen me every day. They go to work with me sometimes, you know. My son loves baseball like me, and he get to go to an academy at 1 o'clock at night if he wants to when he get older because of the generational things that I've done for him. Now he ain't got to, oh, man, I wonder where I'm going to go hit. No, let's go right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that really inspire me, that really help me and keep me going through this marriage. And, like, it's going to be hard parts, but, like, if you ain't living for the hard parts, baby, you ain't working. You know what I'm saying? That's the grind right there. You know, that's the type of stuff that give me hype, the hard shit. Cause
It
I don't even know if I can curse, but you know, it make you feel good. Yeah.
When you find a person that's the one you want to, again, I'll never say that any one woman gonna fulfill me. Nothing in this world gonna fulfill me ever. But it's about what's right for me and my purpose as far as. So if I find a woman, you know, I'm gonna stick with her. It's gonna be, you know, us, but you know, and others. Sometimes.
It might so happen.
But we gonna talk about it because again, I think, you know, one thing we cannot escape from is, you know, our desires for others. Like, that's fine. I feel like even married people, y'all have desires sometimes. I'm pretty sure.
She got a celebrity. I got my celebrity crushes. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it's, you know.
But that's my point. It's just like, you're gonna be attracted to others. You're going to want to explore sometimes. So I got a question as a married couple. At what point, like, if you was to like want to do something outside of your wife, would you tell? Like, would that be a conversation y'all have?
We would have to have that conversation, because one thing that I struggle with personally, I'm gonna get a little personal.
No, it's fine.
No, I lie. You know, a lot of people I care about, especially if I don't want you to know, like, we'll be like out somewhere. I'll be like, oh man, I'm not coming home at the time I say, so I'm not gonna tell her something. So real big, being honest with her now is my, you know, key success. That's what's been working for me. So if I was to feel that type of way, which it's kind of hard for me to feel that type of way, because I know the type of commitment it takes, and I know how much it takes for me to just want to get with somebody now that I've been in this way. So for me to even think about that, it's like, all right, I go to Pornhub, now I'm done. I don't even care no more. Like, it's all, like you said, it's just an illusion. It's sexual fantasy. You know, once I bust that nut, I'm good now. It don't matter.
Right, okay.
You know, so it's like, it's things that you can do to subsidize that thought. You know, you ain't even got to really be like, oh man, I really want her. Because in the end things, what is that going to do for me? If I go out here and go with somebody that my wife don't know about, or we ain't even talked about nothing, that's
same result as Pornhub.
Same result.
Yeah.
It's Pornhub. I'm going to finish and be done. So, you know, that's where, like you said, the communication comes in, the honesty comes in. If it's got that deep where I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what?
Okay, what if you was
that's bad. That means some other stuff that happened in our relationship too to make me.
But you would talk to her about those things first.
Because she would be involved. I wouldn't be thinking these things if she didn't do it. You know, it's a.
I got another question. So say if your wife allowed you to have another woman, would you do it?
I don't think so, bro.
Would you feel some type of way? Like, damn, you just gonna let me out here?
What if she said, like, I'm ready for us to, you know, do something?
Bring another woman in?
Or just do our own thing for a little bit. You know, we still together. Nothing changes.
I had to think about it. I mean, that's because she brought it to me. And
but I'm saying,
if she didn't do it, if she did it, like if she was doing this before and just brought it to me, now we got an issue. Now,
of course, because now we got to talk. Like, nah, this the motive behind
what's up?
this is
what's
like,
the real here?
This will,
but like, right. If she brought it to me before, like you said, I can't get mad at an honest thought. You know what I'm saying? That's me as a coach. My player come up.
Would you do it?
Would I do it?
Like if she gave
I would seriously have
what
to
they call it, a hall pass. If she gave
I would
you a
seriously
hall
have to think about it. I would have to think about it. No lie.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I would have to. I would have to question myself and her. Like, what's really going on?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
you know, but. Yeah, it depends on the situation at the time. Exactly, it's kind of.
That's why I think when people ask me certain questions or do certain, I'm like, "What?" This is why I say, like, you gotta ask yourself, like, what are your thoughts stemming from? Like, what is it coming from? It could be trauma. It could be from the past, childhood stuff. Like, it could be coming from. Because sometimes I know, like, one of my attributes, like, if I'm dealing with a woman and I feel rejected, I shut down. And it's just like, what is that stemming from? Like, why be so irritated at certain things? Like. I be trying to find the origin so that I can solve that problem. And it's just like, it really, like being patient with yourself, like that's what worked for me. Like even like you said, your anger, like me understanding like, why am I just mad? Like, what's the point? Like, what is it doing for me? Yeah. So you got to really ask yourself like, what is it doing? And it is just a nut, honestly. That's why I calm down. Yeah. I be like, all these women, like, what's the point? And I really feel, I get like, it's crazy because I'm getting to a point, like.
So it's like, okay, you got that, but now I got to deal with emotions.
Not even that, because I ain't got to deal with it. I got to text you back. I ain't got to, but I'm just saying, like, it's really, you really come a point, like, where it's like, I'm not saying that I want to X every woman out to be one, but it's just like, it's getting even smaller. But I still was like, oh, yeah. I don't know. It's like, yeah, you really like, yeah, what's the point? It's like, if it ain't, because I'm at the point where it's like, if it really ain't no, like, mental connection too, it's just like, it's starting to get hard for me to really be like.
To stay in tune, stay interested.
It's like, why I'm having sex with you?
Yeah.
That's because.
Like because I'm the first to admit, like a lot of shit I do be egotistic. Like we're ego, like it's hard to like, but I'm learning. Like the difference is that I do shit knowing that it's wrong. But it's some people, but we're out here doing shit and don't know what we doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So it's just like, I know that that's something I need to work on. I have to pinpoint my problems in order to even solve them. So I know that, like just eating junk food sometimes. Right. So I'll be like, you shouldn't be eating that shit like at all. But it's just like, at least I know that I gotta cut this shit out. But imagine the people that have no fucking idea. Like have no idea. Like you literally living your life like, and it's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, that's wild as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine like
I'm
this
happy you came on and said that type of stuff or just said what you said and like making your points. Even as a woman, because it's just like, as somebody who's not rushing into those things, it's like, it's hard to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times when you dealing with a man being a single woman, you like, okay, you having a good time, but you'll catch somebody like lying and it's just like, you ain't got to lie to me.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't have to lie. I don't want you
I do make a point. I will say this. I think people take lies too seriously. And here's why I say this, because like you said, it's based off reality, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has their own reality. You're getting mad at somebody else because they thought they can explain their reality to you. Like, it's basically off their hurt. You get mad at their hurt. Like, you got to understand, like, they lied to you probably for a reason. If not a reason, then why they lied?
No. So we're not talking about that. We talking about
even that, just small stuff.
Like little shit. Like, where was you at last night? I was with the guys, or I was with my friend.
Yeah.
You in the fucking section getting bottle service twerking. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
right, that's that new. That's crazy.
That's what we talking about.
That's different.
It's stuff like that. If you lied to me because the IRS was trying to take some shit, you like, baby, okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. Because I ain't fucking with Uncle Sam. Like, cool. That's okay. You have to like. That's cool. But we talking about like lying. That's information that I need to evaluate us. Of course, lie to the cops. Yes. I get lie to them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, lie to them. I am not here, or whatever.
Just
if
like
my friend called, my homie called, do that. Yeah. But we talking about like, if I need this information to evaluate us, that's what you don't need to lie about.
Yeah, because for this to work, honesty. This is the whole point. Honesty, you know what I'm saying? Like, for this to work, like, you don't have to lie to me.
Why is that so hard? Like,
why is it so hard?
Because I feel the need to lie.
Especially if I never made the point for this to go all the way over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just enjoying this right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like this big thing where you feel like you gotta lie to me. Like, don't expect every woman to want that. You know what I'm saying? Right away.
But y'all do know women the reason why men lie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nothing to do with me.
You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all give men so many expectations to live up to. Women put a lot of pressure on men, and y'all don't even know it. And the reason why is because y'all never studied what's a man. Y'all think we got a dick, and that's just, okay, we have a penis. And y'all take that like, he got a penis. I know him. But you don't.
Talking about I know him.
No, I'm serious.
Who thinks
that's
like
a
that?
fact.
I'm just saying, women think we got a dick and they know us because we got a penis. And it's like, y'all put so many expectations on a man, marriage, kid, like, and it's all about what y'all want. It's all, that's why I say relationships. Oh, I want this. I want. How many women you see like, we've been together 15 years and he ain't proposed yet? That's pressure.
Excuse
No,
me?
like, hold on. I'm sorry. If
I'm
you've
just
been with
saying,
somebody
look,
15 years,
you already
bro,
married. What
you
you need-
already, what you,
That's
like,
my point.
okay,
Common
but
law.
here's my
Common
point. Like,
law.
people be like, oh, marriage, I don't want the law to get involved. All right, but you want the banks to get involved when you buying a house. Like, it's measures that you got to go through. I understand that courts can be tricky with marriages and stuff like that. That's because you done waited 15 years. Y'all done established all this stuff. Now she thinks she a part of the stuff. If you would have got married 2 years within that 15 years, y'all would have still been building stuff like that. Then it would have been more defined on what everything was.
But marriage is it's for political purposes.
That's for celebrities and stuff like that.
I'm
They
just
be-
saying, even still to this day, it's like you get it's perks that come with being married.
The tax change, everything.
Like everything
yeah.
changed. That's the like, cause again, I tell like marriage is up here. So if you don't need a ring unless you want the perks that come with it. And a lot of women want the wedding besides the commitment. So it's just like,
But I wanna-
again, it's pressure on the men going a lot because he can't live up to this. He can't live up. A man is not gonna tell you I can't do this, baby. He trying to be Superman and the head of the household and give you good sex. I'm telling and work and pay your bills because you see some women that want the man to pay all. So it's so much pressure on the man and you know men egotistical as hell, prideful. They're not gonna come out. Men don't go to therapy. Like our mothers don't teach. We don't even get apologized to as in young age.
I mean, kids in general don't.
And I'm just saying, but with that, along with all the pressure women are putting on men for these relationships, they gonna lie.
But you gotta be honest. Like you said, okay, I'm Etherio. I cannot give you this. I cannot give you that. So if you see somebody putting that pressure on you, you have to
But see,
vocalize
you got a
that.
different mindset.
I was going to say, even with that mindset, if he's being honest, if a girl is like,
It's like,
well,
okay.
that don't matter. I don't care about none of that. I
That's
still,
her fault.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
her fault.
That's her
She's
fault.
accepted that.
That's
But what about the relationships they ain't talking about? See, that's
That's
what I'm
what I-
saying.
yeah.
A lot of relationships don't talk about this. They go in with the traditional mindset, already knowing this shit set up. This is how it's gonna
That's
go.
the problem.
Because
Communicate about it. Like,
that's
y'all
why.
just
But a
gonna
lot
have
of
to
people not
open your
doing
mouth.
that.
Yeah, and that is a problem. I agree. Like, open your mouth. You open your mouth when you want something else. Right? Can't you open your mouth and just say, hey, don't hesitate to say that. But you sitting there, got a cat got your tongue now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see
Y'all
what
gotta
you're
stop
saying.
that.
But women
But
are
people
like
have to
that
stop
too.
that.
I feel like men don't really know women. Or
Both. We don't know
yeah,
each other.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't
Is it
know
like
each
sitting down and talking?
Nobody's sitting down and
Openly and
talking.
honestly.
Exactly. Just because I'm a woman, that does not mean I want this, that, and the third.
Just the other day, I learned why women are so emotional when it comes to sex. This girl was we know women are more emotional when it comes to sex, but we never knew exactly why. And that's the difference of what I'm talking about when we actually have facts about things.
Ready to hear the story?
They say that when a woman is releasing sexually, some in her estrogen,
It's oxytocin and dopamine.
dopamine, yes. Dopamine. Something happened with their dopamine. I don't even
It
remember.
releases the synapses in the brain, and it floods the nervous system. And it
Right,
relaxes you.
but with the men it's different. So, and I was like, oh shit, that's why I don't give a fuck.
Well,
a
okay.
lot happening.
Here's some more science, right?
Exactly. Get down to the science.
When men like are aroused, right?
Mm-hmm.
The blood comes from the brain.
I was about to say,
And
it
the
leave their
feet,
brain.
right?
That's why y'all get to acting stupid.
No, but we losing function. We like
Yeah, y'all can't even think straight.
Mr. Crab.
Hell no.
How weak as hell.
Shaking the legs and shit. That bitch like, oh.
That's why the toes curl. You see that? Like Dude Off Skate Movie 3, it's my strong hand. Your toes in there, bro.
Hey.
But no, but she just literally explained exactly what I'm talking about. See, the difference is that you can know something, but not know the mechanics of it, which changes the way you approach it. Now, me understanding
that's
the
where
mechanics of that, like
sex education
that's her
comes into play.
actually explaining. That's what I mean about when it comes to monogamy, relationship, all this. Love, even love, the concept of love that we did. A lot of people are thinking they're in love, but the concept of love is misplaced.
It's attachment.
Exactly.
We just
so
attach.
not knowing the science to things is the detriment to the things that we deal with, because we're dealing with it differently based on concept and not the actual science of the mechanics.
I mean, if you don't get a chance to like understand yourself and know yourself, if I don't know myself, I can't tell you, I can't deal with this, or I can't deal with this, that, and the third. If I don't know that about myself, then how do I expect this to work? You know what I mean? If I can't navigate that.
But at least be honest and say that.
But it's hard. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
You gotta, but you gotta, because you are.
Like, just come
But you
on,
gotta
y'all.
think about the outside, not even the expectations coming from the actual people, but
from
the
yourself.
expectations of the system. Because motherfuckers are literally taught it go like this. I gotta take you on a date. Women be like, first date at your house? Nah, I ain't going. What the fuck that mean? What does that mean? Like,
I would like a public.
no, I'm just saying, like, that's fine. No, I'm just saying the way we set up our, because things can go either way. You can go in a public setting and be endangered the same way you in privacy. My point is that we set up, and I get a preference. I would never take people's preference for them. Do what makes you comfortable. If you're not safe, don't do it. If you are, do it. Cool. But at the same time, you got to always think. My point is that it's just certain things that we set up our mind indefinitely without being open-minded to. And that's due to the concepts that we have that's misplaced.
This is a real good conversation. I'm happy you brought those points up, because the whole point was it's okay to coexist and to have all these different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Even as women, I feel like men get a lot of flack for that. Like, I've been with him this long because, we've been in this relationship and it's not going anywhere. And it's like, well, you just answered your own question. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready for these things. So you keep staying and putting your expectation on him. And just like, the vice versa. I've been with this girl for this long. Sorry, I got a little cold. But she's not doing this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, but you know this about this girl. And you continue to stay. You continue to, mess with her and stuff like that. So I just feel like these opinions can like coexist and just like make the conversation happen. You know what I'm saying? So we can be honest with each other. So we can be honest with ourselves. And, stuff like that. So I have one more this or that question, right?
Okay.
So say, for example, you have a friend and they're in this monogamous relationship, right? So they're very serious about this person, right? And you out on your own, you know what I'm saying? And you see their significant other out with somebody else. Are you going to tell them?
Has that happened to any of y'all before, first of all?
It has happened to me. No.
No, that's what I recall.
I wouldn't say she was my close friend. She was my classmate. So she wasn't like a
Let me just say, you ever seen people in relationships with others caked up?
Yeah.
If you caked up, that's different. But if you
No, I'm talking
Disclaimer:
about, like,
my wife was in the military. We saw a lot of crazy things in the military. I would say that. I wouldn't say that we directly saw her cheating, but something like that.
you can
kinda
tell,
happened.
but
Yeah.
you can tell. It's just you can feel the temptation in that little energy. You're like, yeah, something gonna happen.
Yeah.
You about to break.
It depends how
You're
close
being
to friends.
nice. You was
If
about
it's
to let
homies,
loose
like we was in a Suzuki together, like I expect you see
Yeah.
something, you like.
I expect
But-
you to say something.
Yeah, but if it's like I ain't talked to them since it depends on the situation. That's all situation based to me.
Have that happen to me? I seen a meme with dude.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And that girl was like, haven't
you
ever
better not
happened
say
to me.
nothing. Yeah,
It hasn't happened.
Depending on how bad it is, I might walk up to you.
I've
Because
never-
now you're just embarrassing everybody.
Like if it's one of the guys.
Nah, I keep.
No, because you embarrassing yourself
I
too.
don't kiss and
If I
tell.
know you in a relationship, I know other people know you related. Now
I'm
you're just
gonna stay
embarrassing
out their
everybody.
business. I stay out of
You stay out
everybody.
of business.
I stay out of everybody business. It's not my business.
What are
to go
friends
back
for,
into-
though? You know?
Nah, I'm saying if it's my friend, yes. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about because stuff I've seen or like I've been told, like, yeah, people. That's why I say it's just like, even when you see and hear these stories, like people in like, no disrespect, but people in marriages be cheating more than people in relationships. And you get more of those stories than the actual relationship. Like, whoa. Like, a lot of women would tell you married men hit on them more than single men, which is crazy. And it's just like,
It's one of them. You shouldn't have been married. Because
like, what's
you're
your
not ready for
point
that.
then? Y'all ain't talk about this? Like, and that's why I was like, bro, that's my fear. Are you doing some shit you didn't tell me about? Like, just talk to me. Like, that's why I be like, I ain't committing to nobody. I can't do it. I don't, especially with them stories, like, and it constantly happens. So
what happened with me was I had class with this girl, right? And we wasn't like best friends, but we was like cool, share notes. We'll meet up before class, study, whatever. And she always talk about this dude, like, oh, he goes here, he's real funny, and he look like this, or whatever. And she was talking about like his class, which I have. And I was like, oh, okay. And she like got to the point where she showed me a picture. So I seen him in class. So I know I got class with this dude, right? And after class, he is like tonguing this girl down, like one of the girls in the class. So I was like, oh shit, And then, we studied again, and it's like, yeah, girl, he took me, so woo, woo, woo. And I'm just like, should I say something? But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, I probably would have stayed out.
yeah, I would have stayed out of it too.
Yeah.
I had to
them
stay
notes.
out of it. Huh?
Yeah, I need them notes.
Can we stop talking about your boyfriend? No, yeah, I don't want to hear nothing.
And she grown, they like she got kids and stuff. That's huge. Like that mess up the kids' life and stuff. And I'm just like, it'll come out if it's supposed to.
No, it's that if he in public tonguing a girl down, bro, come on now.
In the same school
like,
she go to. That's what I'm saying. The audacity.
It's some stuff that's just like.
I mean, you
the
can't stop
disrespect.
desire. The only how you can stop desire is by learning how to.
And acting like you giving that exclusive access.
But I mean, but women have to know this though. Men prefer more than one woman. Naturally, we do.
Keep that. Sex
Oh
life.
man, I don't know about it. It depends. I'm telling you, once you get into this relationship life, bro, it's different, bro.
What about
like,
you, Tom?
Right, let's ask the producer. Let's ask the producer.
I don't know if you really doing this life for real, bro. If you really giving 100 and y'all going crazy at all aspects of y'all relationship, bro. Just like athletes who you see peak out, bro. They be going so nobody really knows how hard it is to be an athlete other than athletes. Nobody knows how hard it is to be a singer. Nobody knows how hard it is to produce this thing other than my man right here. You gotta get in the field. You gotta get in the trenches.
No, I've been in a relationship. I was in a relationship.
I ain't talking about relations. I'm talking about this
Period.
nitty gritty. Like, you trying to give all yourself to like completely one person. Like, I done been on an island with my wife. Not a literal island, but we done been to the points where we ain't seen nobody in months. It's just me and her. And we done had to deal with my drama, our relationship drama, and it's like, man, do we want to stick this out? And that shows it. You got to build some character, bro.
I mean, that's
bring y'all
that's
closer.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking.
Not only
I'm not
bringing
knocking
it
that.
closer,
I think
but
that's
it makes you
special.
understand yourself too.
Right. I mean, I think that's special. I'm just saying. I just know me. Like, I just
Okay,
know,
that's fair.
I just know me. Like, I like other women, and that's fine. Like,
feel that.
It's like it's
But
a
see, you can
crime
say
now.
that, though.
It's
I don't
like,
think it's a crime.
No.
Oh, yeah.
People are scared to say that shit nowadays. Like, no, like stop. Like, this is your life. Like, stop trying to live for somebody else's expectations. Like, I'm a ladies' man.
I think people think it's one or the other, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
the
think
problem.
not even one or the other. I think people think it's like, oh, all men want everybody, even the married ones. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you know. And it was like, all single people. It was like, bro, stop putting your reality, everybody's reality
Right.
onto just my situation.
I want
I
what
don't
I
know,
want.
Everybody
bro.
different,
I'm telling you, now that I done seen how you got to deal with different people's, even just being a coach now, having to deal with all these different kids' emotion is like, man. Putting in this type of work every day and then having to put in this work with a relationship with another girl, after that, bro, I might just chalk it up.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I think it
Like,
depends on the
nah.
dynamic of y'all relationship. I think like, see what you talking about, you in the trenches damn near every day.
I mean, yeah, because I'm dealing with a lot of people's emotions
No,
every day.
I'm saying with your
Yeah.
partner, seem like y'all been in the trenches.
I mean, I say that, but like the
literal
relationship,
trenches. I'm talking
yeah.
about like the the roads and
Yeah.
the ups and downs, stuff like that.
Most definitely.
I see me. I want to make shit simple. I don't.
He wants life easy.
I
with
want.
the
I
wife.
want
He
to
don't
make
want no issues.
because
No,
anything
agree.
can because
But
it's
life
as simple
happens.
as you make
Stuff
it. Yes, life
happens.
happens, but even problems are simple. Just talk about the shit.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be mad. Y'all don't have to fight. If you really look at arguments, you be like, what's the fucking point of us
you think
bit?
about
Like
it,
literally,
like, what are we
you can make
arguing
everything
about?
simple. So if I'm making everything simple with whoever I'm dealing with, it ain't complicated for me. All I got to do is be with you and be myself.
People is complicated. Myself,
No, people is
I'm complicated, bro. Being myself
some people
is
make stuff
complicated,
more
bro.
complicated than it need to be. That's all I'm saying.
Most definitely.
I'm not saying you in general. I'm saying a lot. Every algebra was hard when we first seen it. You got Y and Z in this fucking. You got letters in this math problem, bro. But when they explained it to you, it's simple. Like multiple division was hard when we was in kindergarten, but we reached that level where we understand it now, so we make it simple. Math problems teaches you how to make a problem simple. So anything that you deal with your partner, you can make it simple. Simple communication. Let's just choose not to get heated in this moment. Let's choose not to argue. Let's look for the solution. Like, why are we actually mad? Simple.
I agree with that.
And get to that solution.
Yeah, that's where you gotta communicate.
So if I got 5 of those, I ain't using a lot of energy.
No, you still using a lot of energy.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying 5 for real though. I ain't gonna lie. My ideal is like 3, just 3. I only need 3. I don't need to go above 3. I had 3 women. I'm cool. But yeah, so they might come and go, but it's gonna be 3. I'm at minimum talking to 3 women at a time.
Consistently.
Okay.
Because probably not. I always have my favorite. See, that's the thing. I always have my favorite, the woman I give my most time. Because for one, what I agree with you on is that when you giving a lot of energy to one woman, you don't got to give. You don't really think about giving a lot of them to others. Like, I entertain it. But see, it's the difference when you have that one woman like she my favorite, this mine, like not even this mine's like this woman, I mess with her the most. It's like I don't, cause I don't give that same energy to somebody else. It'll be good energy though, but it won't be the same because I picked my favorite already. It's like, it's different because it's just different for me. So I agree with that. I won't totally close off my energy. I still will give my energy to other women, but it won't be the same at all. That's why when men be like, it's different when a man cheat than when a woman be cheating to leave. We cheat just cause. We gonna come back home. We like, cause we know. Women be like, I don't know. My emotions just, I release this dopamine and this just.
I'm connected over here.
I'm sorry, but and that's just the difference with me. But that's how I am. I feel like that's what my loyalty be. Is like, if you my favorite, you're gonna be that favorite. It'll only change if I meet somebody more dope than you, and I don't think so, because I feel like for me to even get to that point where you my favorite, because I've been single, but I've had women I talk to that I talk to heavy. Like, we in each other house, like, I'm spending a lot of fucking time with you. And I explain to you, look, I'm spending more time with you than anybody else. And I'm just letting you know that. But, you know, understand that I fuck with you the most. Women be like, no, I need you to be my own. I'm sorry, bro. That's why I leave. So
what's like, we hear a lot about red flags, right? Let's talk about the green flags. And I'm not just talking about, oh, okay, this person communicates well, or I can trust them. What's like a special attribute to that person? You know, it can be physical. It can be, you know, oh, they're ambitious, or they tall, they look good. Like, what's a green flag?
Like a mindset, like you're open-minded.
It could be anything, yeah. Like, what's a green flag?
People who can, like, I think a lot of adults lack basic comprehension, critical thinking. So, like, if you have an open mind to even think to see the other side, like, I like that. Because then maybe you can educate me on something that I didn't think so.
Being open-minded.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I would definitely agree with some type of intelligence and having an open mind. Intelligence is probably the biggest thing for me. My mom is probably one of the smartest ladies I've ever met in my life. So she skipped grades, all type of stuff, bunch of degrees. So to be able to challenge her, then I'll look at you, or just even be able to sit in a room with her and be able to hold conversations and doing stuff like that. I had to grow up with it. So if you can just sit in a room with it for a couple hours, it's cool. And it's not even that she's bad or anything like that. You know, my mom dude's crazy. She cool. Yeah. Shout out to mom. But but just to be able to hold conversations with her, that's key.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we all intelligent here. So it's like, in adult, we all want open mind, this smart people. Yeah. I go to physical attributes. I'm a leg man. I like legs. Like, You only gonna get certified with me if you ain't got the right legs. Like, so
Do you like feet?
I was just like, what's
feet. I'm not. I like pretty feet, but I don't have a feet fetish. I have a
so you
leg
don't like
fetish.
skinny legs? They can't
No,
be
it ain't
like-
about skinny. It's about the way they shaped, the way they look on you. I don't know. I can't even explain.
I mean,
it.
that's
but that's
right there. It's
Yeah.
just how they look to you and how they look on them.
Yeah. I don't like knock-kneed women, by the way. you can't be walking like this. I'm sorry. I can't. Nah, to me, it's just like if your legs constantly rub like from up to down, like it's okay with the thighs, them thick thighs. You know, it's fine. Thighs were gonna rub, but if all your legs is close, like I'm sorry, you got no space between. You is sweating, baby.
Cannot do a crossover at all.
You sweating down
Between the
there.
knees.
I'm
The knees
sorry.
sweating.
I like
Straight
a
dribble
little.
moves, straight power dribble moves, boy.
But yeah, the way,
Hard,
like CC got some nice legs.
hard
you.
dribble moves. Oh
Yeah.
my
I mean, the
god.
gym.
She low key almost bow leg. It was almost there. Your genetics was like, bow.
Bow-legged.
Bow-legged?
Just down there. It's the down part. It's the shin
I've been
part.
growing these.
Look,
Right in the gut.
Right. No, I'm just
see, they don't
kidding.
go like this. They go like this. You like 30% bow leg.
No, I'm not.
Trying to tell you,
I'm
watch.
100% bow
I was
legged.
gonna say watch when
I made an
Watch what you
Instagram
get up.
post. Y'all didn't even tell me I was. I didn't realize I was this bow legged.
I didn't know.
Until I got older.
It was the joggers. I don't think I noticed you being bow leg.
Bro, it's bad. It's bad.
Mm.
I seen
ain't
a
seen
picture of
either.
myself. I was like, oh my God, how have I been this athletic my whole life? Like,
I
man.
don't know. For me, it's not hard to be taller than me. I like tall men. I'm only 5'3", so I like tall men. I like beards too.
Depends. Depends.
On
Like
the beard.
that.
What kind of beard? Like they gotta be like
Like
this,
that
or they
jet-
gotta be like chin.
Like that thick one. I can't.
Like the Joe Budden one you talking about?
I don't even know what his look like.
Oh, the 5 o'clock shadow.
No, his shit thick.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like thick beards because it's like.
I mean, they ain't
can't-
got to be like super like.
see like
so
that,
beard's a turn on.
Yeah, like,
Basically.
yeah.
That
Or
that's
like
a
the little
nice
goatee.
size. It's cool, but when you let that keep growing, then you gotta cut it.
No, my shit don't even
That's
get that
'cause y'all-
far.
Y'all
No, I'm
don't
saying,
This
understand
been
like-
how
growing
hard
for
it
like
is to
5
get.
years.
But I'm saying like yours
Hair
not
right
out of
here,
hand,
bro.
so it's
Right.
Once y'all start getting
People
hair
like
right
to
here, I'm
keep
gonna be like,
going.
yo, I want this thing to last forever. You see,
Right.
that's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you trying?
I'm trying to get my old man style, boy. Can't get it to
I broke little specs right here and
Sad
shit. See, Tub got the whole thing.
Man, he's living
We
to be the
want what
loco.
Tom got.
Exactly.
We want the Tom beard. I can't grow that. If I had a
Bro,
5
what?
o'clock shadow, man, I'd be really modeling.
Boy, it'd be 5 o'clock every day.
What? I have. You know how many black and white
matter.
pictures I
It's
have?
gonna be
Just
12
like
in the
this.
morning.
Oh, okay.
I want the 5 o'clock
Just like
shadow
this.
so bad. I
What,
did.
bro?
I can't grow it. I'm sorry. I work with what I got.
Man,
Died this
Tom got
shit.
his shit lined up and everything.
But people
Okay.
with nails, when they have like long nails,
Men with long nails.
ill.
Do y'all like men with manicure nails?
That's fine because
Yeah.
they're clean.
So you can picture their fingers in you. That's basically why.
No, just touching me. Like if like
Just
I don't even
touching
want
me
you
in
doing
general.
this. It's like ill. Stop touching me.
She want to see manicured nails on her breast.
I
Be
mean, if
real,
you just-
Kalea. Say what you
If
really
you
want to
just
say.
keep them cut and clean, like you ain't even gotta go.
I'm
to the
just saying,
shop.
you can't picture the man, with dirty hands.
Yeah.
Just on your mouth.
Ew.
I mean, just dirty sex in general. That's
like dirt
Yeah,
under the
'cause
nail.
make
that's
you
one of
think
you
you
things you
dirty.
say you can get an STD from the person you
Yeah,
with.
that's dirty.
That's one of
Yeah,
them
you can
things right
literally-
you talk
all
about
type-
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh, yeah.
Breath. Red flag. Oh, I can't. If I meet you and your breath stink the first time, I can't get past that. It's so hard.
You'll always be that. Like the shorty.
It gotta be like, I caught you on a bad day, like I give you a mint. But it's like the first day? Damn.
Caught you on a bad day.
Like, this
And I don't think people would tell you that either. Like,
Nah, that's one of the things.
I probably
that you
got
never
caught
know.
slipping before. I don't know. Probably.
They never gonna tell you.
No, they should be like, hey, you want some gum? Like, you want one of these right
Nah, bro, I'm good.
here? Well, what you gonna do then? Shit.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, bad hygiene is a no-no. That's a red
Yeah,
flag.
overall hygiene, yeah. Like, I get it, boys be like real athletic, or at this point, men be, athletic. They work out, hoop or whatever. But if you musty, just like
I had some women say they had to go down on the musty. Ooh.
You complete
I
the
ain't have
mission.
to.
She crazy. I was gonna say you complete that
I was
mission,
gonna
dog.
say, did she say
You a different type of animal. A different type of soldier over there, boy. You completing that mission.
Right.
So is fashion to turn off to y'all a man that can't dress?
It depends on the style. Like
Yeah, it depends on the style.
Now-
Like, don't wear no blazer with jeans.
yeah.
Like, that's stupid. Like,
What if it look nice? I think I did that before.
no.
And you liked my picture.
That's just because she know you.
She said I did it out of spite. No, I ain't never wore jeans with. But I think you
blazers
can pull
with
that off. You
jeans.
tripping?
A blazer with
Blazer with
jeans?
jeans?
No.
What?
No.
All right,
You
so
can pull that
This
off.
one of my
If you
pet
like
peeves.
if you an agent or some shit,
This one of my
then
pet peeves.
alright,
Like,
but
even with my team right now.
See, I think she got to be thinking about Michael Jordan.
I swear, with the
She's thinking
jeans, that's
about
what I'm
Michael
about to say.
Jordan with them big ass jeans
the bootcut jeans.
and them damn boots. I don't know what. The older he got, the bigger his jeans got.
And he like
bro,
he choosing the worst Jordan,
how
bro.
you
You're
6'6"
Jordan.
with BBW pants
You
on.
own them.
You Jordan.
Yeah, I'm talking about he got so much space he could put 2 legs in them.
Yo, you ain't lying.
But what you about to say, bro?
But no, I was about to say a big pet peeve of mine. This may be weird a little bit, but when you wear black and navy blue, to me, it
For
just
some reason, the colors clash.
it don't match,
Did
right?
that before
I'm
too.
gonna do mine.
Bro, it
She like that
don't
picture, too.
match. Finna fight you.
I just got this shirt as a present, so I was thirsty to wear it.
Damn. I see why you don't like that. Yeah, they conflict.
But
It's
I
like
just threw some jacket on.
no, it's
'cause I had
cool.
to
It's
come up.
you comfortable. I'm talking about like I'm getting into his mind like why he don't like it. I see why.
But don't do that
So,
again.
I personally don't give a
Niggas gonna piece me up.
This from all
This
the
whole
years
ta-
of
this
life.
whole- this
Y'all
whole-
sat me by her again. I was scared this whole podcast, y'all. She known for beating people when she laughed.
Yeah, I can tell.
She
That's
abusive when she laughed,
First
so
of all-
I was scared this whole time. I ain't finna lie to you.
That. I have not hit you once, have I?
You haven't. I'm proud. That's what I'm just saying. I'm
Give
so
it up for
happy,
Kalea,
like
y'all.
for
Give it
real.
up for Kalea.
Y'all, man, it used to be
I
crazy
don't
back
have.
in the
I
day.
don't. Well, no, I probably
That's
do. I just can't
hilarious.
think of any other like.
I got a question. What made you come around to, my side of the universe?
What you mean?
Like of not wanting
Oh, that's a good question.
like what happened?
I've dealt with. I've been in relationships. I was in like one relationship for like 3-4 years, and I was in another one for like 2 years. Okay, let me walk you through it so you can kind of understand. So after the first relationship, I was like, let me just focus on like school. I was finishing school, so I did that. I got a good job, and I felt like I elevated in some kind of way, right? And then I met somebody and got in that relationship, and I felt like I was doing this in life, like, and that ended. And then I got into something else. I got more like credentials and stuff. So I guess I'm kind of like career driven, I guess you can say. So the more those
It's not a
things
priority.
ended, it just became like less of a priority. You know what I'm saying? And I would just kind of meet men for the sake of like,
Booty calls.
Services.
not even that, because I would say I only had like one of those interactions since like being in a relationship. Because after a relationship, I'm like, okay, I'll be celibate for like 2 years, right? And then because I feel like even that is like a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just finna be out here.
Right, literally. 'Cause,
Yeah, that's a waste of time. So not even that, but like, I'm just like I said, it's not a priority. I'm just like career driven, and I feel like if I work on myself enough, like spiritually, financially, career wise, if I get where I want to be, then maybe I'll meet somebody. But I'm not about to stop, because I've literally had my boyfriend tell me that I work too much or my career intimidates him or something like that.
That's
And it was
a
a
problem.
It was I ain't gonna say it was a turn off, but it was kind of a turn off.
No, that's a turn
I'm about
off.
to say it's a turn off.
It was kind of a turn off. So
No,
I
that
was
w-
like, I'm like, yeah, this is not my thing. So I just kept going with like the career thing.
Okay.
And
You chose your career over
yes.
love. Good.
You said good.
Good.
Why is that good?
That shit overrated.
It's overrated. But I like love. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good place to be. But it just felt like an ultimatum. It's like, I bitch, you wanna level up or you wanna be in love? And I was like,
That's how I'm focused, because that's where I'm at. I'm focused on my career, so I'm not thinking about no damn relationship.
I guess I haven't just found like somebody worth that. I mean, I feel like it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got out of one relationship and I got to a place in life that I was comfortable, and then I fell in love again. So I was like, I'll just, see where this goes, see if I can do both. And maybe it's just not me. Maybe I learned that about myself. Like, I just need to focus on one or the other right now. And I just kept going with that.
I actually would think you would be in a perfect position to get in a relationship if that's what you wanted, because time, because being not having access to your partner all the time is actually good. It's good for moderation.
Space.
Like,
and I've learned that I like that. I like space. I don't like being up under you. I don't want to live with you.
Because if you seeing this person all the time, you're gonna get you're gonna get tired of them. I don't care how dope you are. It don't matter. You're gonna get tired of a person you're constantly seeing every day, all the time, especially having sex with them all the time. Now, if y'all not having sex like that, cool. That's why I feel like even if I did get married, I don't want to live in the same place as you. And if I do, we gotta have separate rooms.
Separate rooms is for sure.
Like, you gotta be away from people.
I was about to say, sometimes me and my wife don't sleep in the same bed.
Right.
But that's just because we like comfortable sleep sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some days it be them days I get home late, I'm trying to KO. I'm just like, the couch is right here. I ain't gotta hear her talking about me playing the game. I'm gonna sit here and it's cool,
Facts.
And ain't no beef. That's cool. So I understand. I don't know about the whole separate household thing.
I think that's fine. I think you can find anything to work. Again,
I was gonna say to each his own. Like, yeah, most definitely. If you got to do that, then go crazy. But
I think at least while you're in a relationship, you should still have your own. Like, if y'all married and y'all got kids.
Now kids make it different.
I was gonna say if you got kids, you want to be in the house with your kids.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna say that kid. I don't think that kids still can gain unity from separate households.
I don't think that either.
I think that's a bit overrated too. When people be like, "Well, the kids didn't grow up like I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. I'm cool. I don't have daddy or mama issues." Like, but you can't. But everybody is different mindset. So some kids do need that. Some kids don't. But I just think what kids need the most is seeing unity. When they come around.
I would say,
even if y'all wasn't separate, because again, it's tricky. You got some people where it's like you can't even live with your spouse no more. So what about them dynamics? So yeah.
Yeah, as far as kids go, I think the biggest thing kids need to see is just love, to be honest, just to make sure that they
teamwork. Yeah.
That not more so than the teamwork, that you just no matter what, it's always their best interest, and then they gonna kind of feed off of that.
They do what they see.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, my son was fortunate enough, he got to see me play baseball a little bit. So now my oldest son, he loved baseball. My youngest, he didn't get to see me. So for him, baseball is just like another activity. So I'm not trying to push that on him. My oldest is just like, this is the world to him. Because he got to experience that. Experience is another thing too. So making sure their experiences is cool, and just knowing that they have somebody in their background, even if it's not per se a parent, it has to be somebody in the kid's life that he can turn to and be like, yo, I'm going through this, and that. And that's how I feel like kids really get nurtured and grow. Yeah. Just to be able to be, like we said, completely honest. If something's happening at home, how we expect a kid to talk to anybody if he go to school and everybody tell him to me, oh, you this, you that. Like, that's how them kids get lost in the system. Mm-hmm.
They get into the wrong stuff.
Man.
Because I don't have kids, but my mama always told me, like, everything you done did or you're doing, I probably done did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can always talk to me about it. So I feel like when you having kids, which I do want to do. I do want to have kids. Maybe I'll adopt. I don't know about
adopt.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just saying, if you got the ability.
You said that aggressively.
Because if you got the ability to have your own, I mean, I ain't saying don't adopt. If you want to adopt, have your own too, though.
But I just want you to
You
know.
don't want to mess up the body, It's the body. Women go through a lot.
Everybody don't want to go
not
through
even,
that.
and then the mindset of having a kid, man. People, I think the biggest thing I learned from just pregnancy is postpartum depression is real, bro. That is something that women really go through, and men don't even think about.
Right.
That's some real trauma right there.
Yeah.
Like for me to be able to tell my wife, I'm like, yo, I didn't see more. I didn't saw your intestines and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro. It get deep and like mentally, it's hard to recover from having a baby, having surgery like that, and then just having to, pick up and still be. Even if you got I love being a dad. Like I love doing it. I'm in the house with my wife. She's still feeling like she has to do everything because the baby is crying. Because she's the only one that can produce the feed. Like I need a bottle.
Right.
So that postpartum is real, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to. It's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, have a baby. It's like this whole. It's about choices. You really gotta talk to your. It get deep, bro.
No, I know that. I was just saying, like,
Have your own. That's what
he said.
Have your
If
own.
you can do
I
it,
do want to have
because
my
I ain't
own
trying to be
baby.
I
nobody's
do agree.
stepdad.
It's magical to see.
I ain't being nobody's. I'm sorry. I can't be no stepdad. I could.
But you just ain't.
Like, I want my own. That's all. I only want 2 kids, though. Boy and a girl. That's
I wanted a boy and a girl too, but
I only
I
want
got
2.
Are
two
y'all
boys.
done? Do you feel like y'all?
I want to be done. My wife wants a girl, and I can't be mad at her. If she had 2 girls, well,
Two
I'll say
boys.
if we had 2 girls, I would maybe. I'll probably be done. I ain't finna lie to you. The option of me having 3, 4 girls in the house, I probably I need my own man cave.
Right.
Yeah.
No sir. But but I would probably want to try. So I'm open, but it's like, oof, the older I get, the less that option goes down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to have my child, but I need
When you settle down.
That's what I will say that, like, I hear a lot of people be like, oh, you get married, she try to take the kids away. Like, no matter what you do, if you put in work to anything, I believe this, if you working at your goal, whatever you do, people can't really say, like, they gonna see you show up, they gonna be like, I don't know what he doing, but I know his kids love him. Like, there's nobody that can really be like, oh, Gabe's a bad dad, Gabe a deadbeat, like, it don't matter. Like, we can go through the worst divorce in the world and yada yada and all this, and she can say this and that. They're gonna look at her like, nah, I'm
Not
sorry.
Gabe.
Exactly. Like, nope, sorry. Nope, don't work.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do, like as far as your private coaching.
So with me for private coaching, I'm at
They can
Strikes.
find you and hit you up too.
Oh yeah, so I'm at Strikes Baseball Academy. We're located on 25th in Broadville, Illinois. So western suburban area, anywhere. We really out there. Any ages from like 4 to, we got kids in college in there, man. We got travel teams set up. So you can reach me on Instagram, GGB the GOAT. I really specialize in catchers. That's what I went to school for. I was a catcher, really specialize in back catchers, hitting, not too much of the pitching, but we got great instructors there, Matt Wheatland, Scott Nelson, Scotty Leagues, just a bunch of different personalities, and we are really innovative. We got real good drive line technology at our facilities. Man, we do it the high-end baseball, we got you. And you want to be a super baseball athlete, come down to Strikes. We really going to get you right, man.
That's right.
And then I do private lessons there as well. The private lessons are, like I said, hitting and catching, mostly catching. I definitely do more catching lessons than anything else. Or if you just want to get in the mindset, I'm a really good person to talk to about getting to the right mindset to be an athlete or just play the game.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't know how hard just being an athlete is, man. People think everybody's like, oh, they get paid millions of dollars. But if you just try to live a day in their life, you tried to do Derrick Henry's warm up right now, I promise you nobody could do it.
Right.
Like, this
a
stuff
lot
is
that goes
real.
into it,
It's
yeah.
real, and it's a lot of sacrifice. So
Right.
I try to get kids into the right mindset to be able to know, like, hey, you're not just doing this just to be doing this. It can work out in your favor, because you would have told me I wouldn't have made the MLB as a kid, I would have been heartbroken. But I'm still living in my purpose. I'm still living in my career. So
Contributing.
exactly, and I get to stay within my community. I grew up in Broadview, going to this same academy, so it's kind of full circle. It just works out.
Right. Okay. We want to start them young, train them
Exactly,
young. That
exactly.
way they got enough experience growing up. What about you, E? Tell us about your EP, your music.
Sir.
Thing going on.
Yeah, again, my name is Etherio Noon. I'm a model, singer, actor, songwriter, poet. I do a bunch of stuff. I'm a creative. I dropped a project last year called Afternoon. It's an EP. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, all platforms. I dropped a video to my my single called I Got the Time. It's dope.
I
Check
got
that
the
out, y'all.
time.
I got time, babe. Yeah. So yeah. Last year I manifested a lot of things that I always wanted to do. I had a listening party that was dope. Just dropping a project for the first time, a video, performing. I got a performance on the 27th. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be cool.
January 27th, where is it?
At Matilda's at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I do music, I model, and things like that. So yeah, it's been cool, a cool journey for me so far. I'm just looking to, continue to elevate with that. Just trying to.
Who do you listen to? Like, who's like
Artists, I listen to. My favorite artist is Division. Yeah.
I know.
But I ain't gonna lie. I think I love Cal Dion. He inspires me a lot too. Cal Dion. I love his music. So the only two main artists is that I don't really listen to mainstream music, but they definitely inspired me. But my project is real dope. I'm bringing back real R&B. Definitely gotta set that
trend. When
trend.
you sing,
Huh?
do you grab the air when you sing?
Oh no! I take my shirt off in the rain. That kind of.
slide down
He
the wall.
real
That's
R&B.
the early
Okay.
2000s. Yeah, yeah. The Brian McKnight.
he real.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
checking.
So, but yeah, y'all can check that out. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Etherio_Noon, ETHERIO_NOON.
Okay. Okay. Hit him up. So, like I said, thank y'all again for coming to the first episode of my podcast.
Oh, no problem.
And I don't know why I whisper saying that. But thank y'all again for coming. But like I said, I want to do this that way. I'm going to have a lot more people coming up here from different backgrounds, no matter what. And I think the main objective is for us to learn from each other and to just kind of gain experience and have those open minds, right? That way we can just kind of grow with each other. So let's talk about a takeaway. We'll start maybe what we learned from hearing each other speak kind of thing. Or by the look on her face, she's like, I ain't learned.
It ain't. I won't say really for me. It wasn't really a learning. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is, but it is.
Let's just call it a takeaway.
It's not really a takeaway. I just enjoy having open conversations with
Yeah.
people. So you do. I mean, I guess you could say you look at a different perspective. I guess I never heard that about the no such thing as polygamy, monogamy, or anything like that. So I guess it's just different perspectives on everything. Literally everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I kind of learned that both sides come from a tradition that is a lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that is just
Placed on us.
And if we just had conversations like this, then we would know that people do what they want to. When it comes down to the end of the day, it's all about what people want and what people need. So that's all it boils down to. But that's what I really see, that everybody's trying to figure out what they want to do, and everybody thinks it's just this.
Exactly.
It's not that.
Exactly.
Yeah. My takeaway was just that, we just gotta, continue to explore ourselves and, and figure things out more so that, we can move accordingly. And I also learned that, at the end of the day, it's about having somebody you trust on your side. That's what it boils down to. Somebody you can.
Or somebody.
Hey, I'm gonna take that as a good point. Yes, sir. Okay.
No, I always thought that though.
No, I know.
I always thought that.
You ain't teaching
Small
that.
victory.
It's just that, when people hear me talk, they be like, you a hoe. I'm like, what? You got that from that?
After all I just said, that's all you took away.
No, that's
Yeah.
not what I got, but
Nah,
I feel you.
But it was dope. It was dope having the conversation. I like to provide perspectives people have not yet explored, which actually helps in a way of damn, I never evaluated that way. So maybe,
Exactly.
it helps you go back to the drawing board and figure it out more. So yeah, but yeah, it was dope conversation. I always I don't think we didn't argue. It wasn't no debate.
It's no need for arguing.
Yeah, that's good.
Especially
That's
open-minded
good,
people
right?
to
That's the
talk,
good
yeah.
thing about it too, because and out there in the world, you're wrong.
No, I'm right.
No, you
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah, but I
You're
love
using it as an
that's
excuse to just be,
I love that we was able to have our different perspectives. But at the
point.
same time, it's like we all was saying the same thing, low key. Just it was
A different way.
Two
Yeah.
different sides,
Yeah.
just two
That's
different
why I
ways.
said, yeah.
We all got different experiences, but it all boils down to one thing, right?
Yeah. Stay single. I was just
Hey, yeah. No.
we're like Riley and Huey and y'all both like, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was the whole point. That was like the takeaway. The takeaway that I have is probably that apparently I'm 30%. What you say, bow-legged?
Yeah.
I'm bow-legged?
Yeah. 30%. She's 30%.
So I'm bow-legged. That's what I got from this.
Okay.
That's all.
It's 30% though.
Just
They're
30%.
just 30%.
Yeah.
It's not majority, so you're still good.
Right.
Watch me get up walking different.
Right.
Tom, how much time we got? I just kind of guessed. Okay, don't tell me that because I keep you here all
I'm
night.
about to say.
Okay, we over, so wrap it up. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Just kind of have like these conversations. I'm gonna continue to have. So I plan to have other musicians, like Etherio, other people who have different perspectives on, life and relationships and career. So we're just here to build. Like, that's my goal, to build community with one another and understand each other's experience. That way, this life shit can be easy. We can kind of understand one another.
It should be so much easier.
It should
than
be a
what
lot
it
simpler,
is.
for sure.
It would if people would
It can be. Yeah.
open their mouth and just talk.
To talk and understand people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that, love is good and love has its relations, but I also understand myself. So I'm going to stay over here, but I love what y'all do. You know what
So
I'm
you be
saying?
honest
Most
about
definitely.
that.
So-
Hey, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I wish y'all the best.
Yeah, but I'm going to stay over here.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. I'm gonna try to stay over here. I ain't gonna jump over that too soon.
Just with anything, as far as like career, lifestyle, however people, like, we all just one person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you move with genuine intentions, it just kind of works
Yes,
out a lot better.
sir.
So that's the whole goal of the podcast, I'm just going to continue to have more people on. So like I said, thank y'all. I love y'all.
You're welcome. Love you
for
too.
coming
Thank
on.
you.
I enjoyed this. We should do this more.
Okay.
Most definitely.
But yeah, thank you for checking out my podcast. This is
y'all.
Think Responsibly. My name is Cordelia, and I'll see you next time.